Big show tonight. It's Holden and Ramon. Good evening, everybody. NBA Finals. Caitlin Clark is in action. We've got a nice slate of Major League Baseball as well. So we should have some fun this evening. About 35 minutes till tip-off of Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Ramon, I don't know what you're on. I mean, last night you were talking about betting on the final round of poker. We got Adrian Peterson beating up a poker player, although the poker player almost beat him up. Do you see this video? I mean, there's nutty stuff going on in the world of betting. But so tonight, big game in the NBA. Do the Thunder close this thing out, my friend?
Well, history will be the determining factor here tonight if they can win this game. Of course, they're favored to win, but look, the Pacers have obviously been very, very tough in these games at home. The Thunder are not a world beater on the road, despite all their reputation here and their favoritism in this one. They really don't cover numbers on the road. Took everything they had to get the number in that last win and cover here in Indy. A little bit easier when they were at home, getting that double-digit win. Still only covered by a couple of points, but for the most part, the Thunder, because of their youth, they've just been a little bit inexperienced on the road, unable to finish teams off, really, and that's kind of been their bugaboo in this series, and Indiana being able to stay in here. So, look, I think people would like a seventh game. We know that, I guess, half of our audience, half of the people, right? I didn't look at the betting splits, but I'm just generalizing here. Half of them will be on the Thunder here to end it. I guess they could win the series and not cover the spread here tonight, but everything circles around the status of Halliburton here. But look, we knew all along that he's going to try to give this thing a go here, despite, being hobbled here a little bit. But interesting to note that, his player props did come out considerably lower than expected there. So I guess maybe the books are kind of hedging that he will not be at full strength, or maybe won't get a full complement of minutes here. I don't know how that'll affect. I know we've seen Sean kind of firing away a little bit on some of the props here, but we'll keep you posted here and get rolling with the show tonight. You mentioned the other things we're going to keep tabs on as well. Major League Baseball, WNBA game underway right now. A real good game, actually, with Phoenix and the Liberty. And, I'll try to throw in some of that soccer action, too. So
good.
Pleased to be with you here for a big game. Feels like a real good game on tap. How can it not be?
Oh, man. And by the way, we got Skeens in action tonight. So think about this. NBA Finals, Skeens, Caitlin Clark. You got the soccer taken care of. I trust you. I mean, last night was dead. Tonight is the opposite. Like, we got a jolt of actual things to talk about this evening. And Skeens struck out. It was a wild night for Skeens. 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 5 walks, and 9 strikeouts. Fascinating start for him. But back to the basketball. You talked about Halliburton. So his prop is sitting at 12.5 minus 22. In order to bet that, you've got to see if this guy is hobbling or not, right? And even if he isn't hobbling, he hasn't had the best series. I mean, I know he was injured, but that last game could have been the worst NBA Finals performance I've ever seen out of a quote unquote number one ever. It was awful.
Well, there are some, that will point out that it was kind of a historic flop, if you will, for Hallie, obviously, in that game. If you look at really what he would be lined at, if everybody knew he was just at 100%, you'd be going over here. Look, they're going to rely on him. To me, you look at him when you're down, when you're losing. I'm not saying he would look for an excuses here. I mean, he's kind of an up and down player. He's not quite that superstar level that we know that SGA is, right? I mean, with a player like SGA, he's going to get his no matter what. Hallie is not that type of superstar, at least not yet in his career. Whether or not he'll develop to be that type of player, I'm not sure. Sometimes those things take time, but hey, it's not like SGA's he is a very mature player, but not like he's matured to that level. He's just above that level. That's what makes him a true superstar here. And Halliburton just hasn't been that type of superstar. He kind of needs everyone around him playing well as well. So maybe you look to some other guys tonight. I know Mathurin's been a hot topic of discussion among prop players. I took a little bit of Nemhard in today's game a little bit as well. So I don't know. To me, even maybe a slowed Halliburton. Look, they're at home. They're going to be more comfortable. This is where the Pacers have been more comfortable. This is why they're in this series, because they have a pretty strong home crowd and everything, and they've had a great season. Belying their seeding and everything. They've overachieved to get to this point. So I don't know. I feel like I want to take a little bite of that 12 and a half or 13. I don't want to say sight unseen. We're waiting here to see. We saw them obviously walk in and everything, but that's a little different than when you
I got news for you. Here we go. We got it from Scott Agnes, really good beat reporter with the Pacers. He was on the court getting shots up nearly 2 hours ago, and now he says there's no minutes restriction. He was tested at 5 o'clock. He did very well. They'll keep a close watch on him. On FanDuel, it just went from 12.5 minus 122 to 12.5 minus 120. So maybe a little bit of money came in on the under there. I'm with you, buddy. If you're in, I'm in. I kind of want to take Halliburton tonight at home. You know, it was a stinker that last game. I get it. He's not 100%, but we just got to hope the dude's a gamer. Simple as that. And if he can go out and get us 12.5, if he can get us 13 points, we win. I'm going to pull the trigger on that now. What do you think?
I'm doing it too. I'm going to do it. You know what? In fact, I don't want to get all carried away and let's be heroes out here, but I'd actually ramp him up maybe just a little bit on the alt lines, a little bit.
15?
Yeah. Again, I think if he's out there, right? Look, hey, I would say this, Holden. If we don't get it, I'll say it's because he ends up with poor shooting night. I don't know if the volume isn't going. How do I say it? I think the volume may end up being there for him, right? Look, you're going to have players kind of trying to make him comfortable in position as well. And look, I don't want to downplay it, right? When was sitting there, slumped shoulders, reaching down at his calf, at his leg there at the end of the game, feeling sorry for himself. Sometimes we all look for excuses sometimes here. Hey, if it's regular season, he probably misses 1 or 2 games here a little bit, just because you don't want to aggravate it here. But hey, this is do or die. We know that, and you'll take your chances with whatever you need, the health you need for a game 7. You got to get there first. So yeah, if he's going out there and Beat Rider chimes in here with no restriction, you're right. Is he a gamer or is he not? It's not about at this point whether or not it's physical, right? If he comes out of the game, it's because he can't do it. So if he's ready to go and everything, I think the volume ends up being there for him. They got a lot of great they got great options on this team. Didn't even mention Siakam yet, who's also been very, very popular, right? With everyone trying to figure around Hallie. So I'll ramp him up. If you want to go a little more conservative, maybe I'll ramp him up a little bit. I'll take a little bit at each.
I took 15 plus at plus 136 on FanDuel and over 12.5 minus 122. It ended up sitting at minus 122 on FanDuel as well. Those are the 2 best numbers that I found. So I'm in with you at 13 and 15.
And Jermaine, I think he's saying a nice thing there in the chat too. I don't think Halliburton is, from the what's gone on over the last couple of days. I don't think he's the type that has looked to excuses here. Let everyone speculate and everything, and you get that round the clock treatment with that technology.
Hyperbaric chambers.
Right. Hey, but by the way, we could use a little of that ourselves here, probably. So he is in the starting lineup tonight. We know that just announced here as well. So that's probably a pretty good sign there. I'm getting it right here across. I know everyone saw it, but I get the little line updates here as well, and I've got it here on my phone. We all see it there. Got the Halliburton in
real
that
quick
line up there.
Halliburton to score 2 points in the first 3 minutes is plus 170. I don't want to get carried away here with the Halliburton, but the fact that he's playing is great. Now we saw this line, Ramon, and I'll give everybody the rundown what's happening on the show again tonight. Welcome in everybody. Thomas is in the house. Jermaine is back. We love Jermaine. Of course, Daniel Berry, my guy, getting in first again. A lot of viewers. Nuke Worker, Pacers plus 6 and Alouettes minus 6.5. Okay. So this thing was at 4.5. Halliburton news came out, got pushed to 6.5. Now I'm seeing it 5.5, 6. I still don't think the betting public has faith in Tyrese Halliburton. we have to figure out if we want to attack this live too. I feel like we're in a good position if he is healthy, getting 13 and 15 points. But, if he's running well and maybe not asserting himself early, I could see getting in on a little better number too. Maybe at a 10 or 11 if he doesn't score very much in the first quarter. They'd probably drop that toward the end of the first quarter. If we can find like a 10.5, I wouldn't mind jumping back in. They're going to need him. By the way, how about his 6.5 assists? Ooh, I didn't even think about his assists. I kind of feel like they're really going to need his scoring tonight, but he's gone 6-6, 11, 7, 6.
Yeah, and I think that's where I kind of shifted my attention a little bit from Halliburton and how they can, reduce his role a little bit or set him up. So that's why when I mentioned Nembhard, I went over 12.5 points and assists with Nembhard. Look, Matterin, the numbers look to be a little bit inflated with him. I think the little bit of playoff of Hallie's number there a little bit, but I took a little bit of Nembhard with his assists in there as well. So I could respect that, though, what Brian's saying here. I mean, you got to be a do everything player in this one. I don't want to say we'll sit here at the end of the game and go, it was the Halliburton game or anything like that. He's got a lot to overcome with a calf injury. It's nothing to just say, hey, wow, suck it up or anything.
So we got a question here in the chat, and that is going to be from Junior. What up, Junior Alvarez? Yamamoto over 5.5 Ks. I took it. So Yamamoto's been all over the place as far as strikeouts. San Diego strikes out the third least per game. First of all, we're not going to talk him off of it. Second of all, I wouldn't change my bet because I disagree with it. But again, if you look at San Diego, team that doesn't strike out a lot, what you're banking on is Yamamoto coming out with his A-plus stuff, and that absolutely can happen. Absolutely can happen. King AI, what do you guys think about the total tonight? The total in tonight's NBA Finals game? Well, it was like 221.5, and I just saw it get bumped up to 222.5. So a little late money coming in on the over. What do you think about that, Ramon?
Well, both games in Indiana did go under. We think of the finals, right? Kind of funny when you talk about the totals up here as high as they are, and you wonder if it was different teams in there, if they'd be up this high. But last game did go over. It was a bit of a blowout. But the games here in Indiana, 116 to 107. Now it was 223, but it did go under. That was the Pacer win. The Thunder win was 111 to 104, well under 227.5 here. I don't know, but the Hallie news has kind of affected it here. Yeah, we're seeing the little tick up here, just a half a point, maybe even a point. I'm showing 223 right now at Circa. I've been a pedal to the metal here in this series so far, Holden on the overs, and it has actually gone under right in 3 of the 5. And I think when you hit a game 6, I'm probably hitting the brakes, if you know what I mean. I probably think this one little bit more conscientious defensive effort. Not saying these guys are always going to go out and get it defensively with what we've seen, but I think the chips are in the middle right now, and there's going to be a little bit bigger effort defensively. I'm on the under officially here on this game, so 222 is the number that I got, and can get better obviously right now. So game in Indiana, big time stakes now with an elimination game. So I did go with the under.
Junior wants to know about our thoughts on Caruso. Hold on a second. Let me get the right one up there. So Caruso is at 10 points, about minus 125. I don't know if you wanted to look as assists or steals or anything like that. Are you invested in Caruso tonight?
There has been obviously a lot of talk about what Caruso can do for us here in this game. Now, look, it might not be necessarily, we know how good of a defensive player he is, right? I mean, if anything, he is the best defensive player in this game. So he's got his hands full as it is, worrying about what he does on the court. right now for Oklahoma City. So maybe with Caruso here, his assists is something that I could consider looking at here. I didn't have anything here just yet, but I'm going to go down the list here and take a look with Caruso. Again, like I said, his main job out here is to corral it up here a little bit on these guys and play that defense that he needs to play. So see everyone in the chat with some other props as well. Thank you to everybody for joining us here tonight.
My boy Gnarly's in the house. What up, DB Gnarly? Watching the College Baseball World Series. Thomas Maggio taking Dort over 12.5 PRA. I don't mind that. Ooh, I didn't even look at Lou Dort today. I had some other personal stuff going on. So let me go look at Lou Dort for a second. You know, we could check out his usage. We could check out what he's done so far in the series. This is a guy that we probably should dig into a little bit. So Dort has actually scored. He's been a scorer. What has he got? 9, 3, 5 attempts, 6. Then you got the rebounds. He'll pick up a couple there. The assists, I don't know about his assists. Maybe the points and rebounds would have been the way to go. This is just off the top of my head here. But if he can get you 8 points and maybe 5 rebounds tonight, you're in. So I'm not going to tell you, but I don't mind it. I don't hate it at all.
The one thing you mentioned on Caruso, I mean, look, his over 1.5 steals, it's just gone through the roof. I mean, that one was so earlier, man. Even $1.40, $1.50. What is it now? Because it even might be playable at $1.50. I don't want to tie anybody in here to props at a 2.5 over. I mean, a 1.5 over steals. Maybe you could go. Maybe Caruso could get 3 steals in this game.
It's the only way you can bet it. You can't bet it. It's minus 170 for 2 steals.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't mind. I mean, if you don't like the price and you do like Caruso, and hey, like I said, he knows his role, he knows his job here. I don't mind 2.5 at a little bit of a good money here. I think in that one right now, but I'm gonna maybe look at McConnell as well here. I know he's been pretty popular so far, but I'm going to look at his PRA right now.
So here was the YouTube short play today, okay? And because we have been on TJ McConnell every game in the series, and he's won every game in the series. So I don't want to bet him at 10 since we've been betting him at 7 and really even 8. So took the 8 plus the OKC money line and got that closer to even money. That's the way I attacked that one. So outside of the Halliburton bet and that bet, that's all I got. The only other guy I was interested in was Holmgren blocks because he's racked up 3 blocks. His 2 is minus 140. I can't bet him minus 40. I just can't do it. Even though I think there's a very good chance he gets there. Holmgren's been a beast defensively ever since game 1. So you got to wonder if Chester's going to have a nice game inside as well. Actually, it was game 2. Game 3 didn't have a good one. That'll be so it's juiced at minus 140. He's had 1, 1, 0, 1, and 3 so far in this series. I just can't bet an under 2.5. He could back into a 2.5. Yeah,
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take McConnell at 18.5 PRA at good money.
McConnell, 18.5 PRA.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I don't. Okay, he's hit that a couple times in the series, and he's at home. I always like betting guys at home that are bench players. Although he scored 18 on the road with Halliburton down. That might have been his marquee game of his career. 18 points in a game where, they lost by 11. He at least kept them in it. How do you see, is 6 points too much in this game? You were talking about it last night. You thought 6.5 was too much. We're at 5.5, 6 now. What do you think?
Yeah, I still like the Pacers in the game to hang in there. I mean, I've got to think that this is a game that they can compete in just because of what we said there with all of Oklahoma City's road woes. As good as they may be, maybe in the future they will be the dominant team over the next couple of years. There's no reason why this roster won't continue to be uh, dynamite. Look, we were talking about even a guy like Williams, right? Everybody was like, "Well, we're drafting this guy at number 12. What are we doing now?" All of a sudden, they look like geniuses, right? So this roster will continue to grow and improve. And if they get more championship opportunities, maybe they will be the dominant team that can do things on the road. But I think that's why they've kind of been vulnerable on the road is the youthfulness of this team, right? As good as they are, they don't have that experience. As dominant as they've been this season, they haven't been there before necessarily of this type of situation. Pacers, we know that, but that's why you're getting kind of I don't want to say random results right now. If anything, maybe this series is played exactly to where we're supposed to be here right now. I mean, Oklahoma City is in the lead in this series. They've still got their home court here, should it not go their way tonight. So I'm on the Pacers, of course, here, taking those points tonight. And the Pacers and under, I guess, here for me. I'm also trying to maybe knock down another prop or two here just a little bit, but I'm watching right now a little bit. I think there's been someone's going to the locker room here in the WNBA game. I'll get back to you right now, but the Liberty have extended the lead here to 6 points here with 4:30 to go in the third quarter. Good game tonight with the Liberty and the Mercury. So far, Mercury hanging in there, getting these double digits.
Oh my God. You know, Scott Wetzel, guy I used to work with at Sports Grid. He said,
Mr. Opposite.
The only reason why people are watching the WNBA is because sex sells. I mean, are you kidding me? Because of Sophie Cunningham, he said she dressed like a $1,000 hooker. I'm like, first of all, more than 1,000. Second of all, the only reason I'd watch, I don't think that sex is really selling the WNBA. Okay. Sophie had one nice move. They sold her jerseys. It's over. Let's settle down on the WNBA. The only reason I've done anything with the WNBA is because of Caitlin Clark. And that's our highest viewed YouTube shorts. Like more than the NBA finals. People are more interested in getting Caitlin Clark right now. Getting that. And maybe it's just
Holden, are you doing your content whatever the people view the most? Oh, shame on you.
For now. Yeah. Absolutely, dude. Just wait till the NFL comes. That's all we'll be doing. Maybe we'll throw a World Series bet in there once in a while. But for the most part, Fathead likes Sophie too. Did you guys take top? Hey, Jay Graham. Did you guys take Toppin? Don't mind his points and rebounds. 22, 8, 14, 24, 16, and 5 games of the series. Obi Toppin, huh?
It feels like the wild card all of a sudden here. If Toppin could have a big game here, that would really boost the chances given his his matchup, I would say, in this game, right? So, hey, I might be down. I haven't done anything there, and we're running out of time here. We're getting close to tip here, just a few minutes away. Right now, we got about the 5-minute warning, I guess, here. And great to see everyone in the chat.
You know what just happened?
Go ahead.
So I hit Ramon up. I'm like, Ramon, tonight we're going to start the game at 8, the show at 8. And he goes, okay. I said, anything I need to tail you on? He goes, there's a couple plays. And the one game I tailed you on was what? Tampa Bay, Philadelphia, Major League Baseball parlay, got it at +2 something. And the Phillies just took the lead 2-1. Kyle Schwarber home run. So that's good to get the first half of that thing. If we can get that first half of that parlay home.
Yeah, that was a little bit shocking. Yeah. Hey, they've moved to extra innings with the Cardinals and the White Sox. The White Sox are giving a hard time today. Now, the Cardinals did win in game 1. Contreras hit that home run after the White Sox were winning 4-2 to a 3-run home run in the 8th inning. But it was the Cardinals that were leading most of the way, and the White Sox came back and sending this game into extra innings. They scored 5 runs in the 7th inning, down 6-1. How about Pittsburgh? It's never Paul Skeens Day if you can't go 9 innings. innings. That's 4-4. Holden,
No.
Tigers come and had to get 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning, tied it up here 4-4 in the top of the 9th. So Skeens can't do it all, and well, that's why his wins they're just not up there, right? They've not really finished the job for Skeens in all of his starts, right? You mentioned that Philly Miami game there. Great to see that 2-run shot by Schwarbs. Also, Mets and Atlanta tied at 4, bottom of the 4th. And yeah, Tampa Bay has that lead with one of the most underrated pitchers, and Rasmussen, right? This guy always provides some big time value, even though they were the favorites here tonight.
Yep, no question. So Fathead he's like, guys, you got to know, Matherin 20th on his birthday. All right, he's going birthday narrative. I like the birthday narrative. I'm down with the birthday narrative.
I like that, Ed. I don't know if I'm ever down. It's just I don't want to say it's too easy there, but gosh, how many times you see it in the post game interview, right? The guy on his birthday just had the monster game here, but it does feel like given Halliburton's role. I know I'm on Nemhard just because it kind of just went one tier down, because I guess if you wanted to get off of Hallie a little bit, you go to Matter, and he's been the guy that everybody have talked about. Let's see what Brian has to say.
Brian says it's a sticky number with the total at 222.5. He's going to try and get it live over 218 or under 233. Why are you targeting those two numbers, Brian? I love going in with a game plan for live betting. I'm with you. I think we got a live game plan here for Halliburton. I don't think I bet a total one time in this series. And as far as the sides go, I don't know if I bet a side. NBA sides are tough, dude. NBA sides are really, really tough. I think the player props market is where you can beat the books in the NBA, Ramon. That's at least what I've noticed. Betting with Fox, betting with the rest of these guys here at Nuke the House. Let's target the player props, because sides and totals not easy. Not that props are easy, but sides and totals really difficult.
No, but the thing about props when you're betting into the prop market with books, I mean, you're somewhat limited. I mean, hey, if you're a big client, you get a good number on those props. But again, with the limited availability, but you can still hit a higher percentage, it feels like, in props, and do the damage that way. And books aren't gonna look. The thing that books I got banned on these, because you're taking one pop on props, right? You want to try to get a max bet on something. Look, books aren't going to, necessarily give you the heave ho if you're sitting there and betting, 10, 20, 30 props a night. Professional bettors, I'll tell you, Holden, we think about what we see with Instagram touts and everything. A professional bettor is going to have anywhere from 40, 60, 75 bets on a full slate of basketball games, because they know they're not going to hit them all. And hey, we have a go-ahead home run by your favorite nut bar here for the bars in the top of the 10th inning here, or top of the 10th. We go up 8-6. Interesting there, because that gives you the run line win there. And I took the Sox on the run line, but I did have the over at least. So also got a great one here, 63-61, coming down the end of the third quarter between the Liberty and the Mercury here. Mercury right now definitely in this game is 11.5-point underdogs against the best team in the league, or at least one of the two best teams in the league. And we just saw Sabali, a rising superstar in the game for Phoenix, Setu Sabali, the French woman, and she just had a big basket here and a foul going to the line here to tie the game right now near the end of the third quarter. So it will be a while, Holden. We'll get to feel comfortable in the NBA game before we get going with Caitlin Clark tonight.
Yeah, I'm looking at Fathead here again. Pacers win. I don't think he's crazy. You're at home. If Halliburton gets his stuff together, it's not like Oklahoma City has just played 4 quarters in every single game. So I'm kind of with you here. I'm not betting the Pacers to win. I did take the money line with the McConnell, but I would say that it's not beyond the realm of possibility that the Pacers win this game. Some people, you're crazy. No, not at all, man. I think to win this series, you're crazy, though. And they're done. This series is done in OKC, and the Thunder are winning that game. With that being said, that crowd in Indiana has been nuts. And it's really the one sport, football too, two sports where the home field advantage really matters. Does home field advantage matter in soccer?
Oh, for sure.
Really?
Yeah, it's not always so much about the crowd a little bit. It's just a overall flow, I think, of the game. So, look, we're not talking about tonight. Of course, we're playing all these here in the United States. There are some U.S. teams playing, but remember, they're all neutral site games in this tournament. But no, I definitely think that soccer is a huge, mostly because, you know what, Holden, big secret here. They only have one. I'll say it jokingly. They only get 1 or 2 points per game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know that Mexico versus USA soccer is just a freaking mess. Like U.S. players are getting piss thrown on them. That to me is the craziest. And that's when we play in America too, right? Mexico kind of has the home field advantage in certain cities in America because Americans just don't care about soccer as much, Ramon.
Well, there's an old story about how can I just say it here on the Nuke the House, the urine controversy when U.S. players were let's just say they were caught peeing on the stadium turf at Stadium Azteca, the famed.
A lot of pee going on in this series is what you're saying. I don't want to be involved in any type of rivalry where that's going on, so I'm staying out. No question. All right, we're just
urologist here to give us an update.
We're about 5 minutes away from tip-off the NBA Finals, so the official show plays right now. Halliburton 13 over 12.5 minus 122, 15 plus at plus 136. Then the YouTube short play is McConnell over 7.5 points and the OKC money line. I got to tell you, I'm more concerned about the OKC money line than I am the McConnell 7.5 points. See, it's going to be rocking there in Indy. I'm excited. Hey, smash the like button. You get a second. If you're watching on X or Facebook or wherever you're watching it right now, why don't you come on over to our YouTube channel so you can leave some comments. You can ask some questions to Ramon. What kind of bets he's on? What kind of bets he's not on? Do you like my bet? Do you not like my bet? Nuke the House YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe as well so you know when we're on. We'll also have the NASCAR podcast. Keg is back. This is his first show back since taking his first vacation in a decade. This is true. NASCAR podcast coming up right after tonight's show. We're going to be on for a while tonight, though. This game, man, I'm watching the intros. They are going bananas, and they should be. I mean, this is the last game in Indiana this year. It's been a great run for the Pacers. They'll probably have a parade even if they don't win this game tonight, Ramon. I'm serious. Like, Pacers run has been remarkable. The amount of, last second wins, comeback wins from 20 points down, the Halliburton 3 against the Halliburton 2 against the Knicks to send it to overtime, Halliburton 3 earlier in this series. It's been a hell of a run here for Indiana, no matter how it ends tonight.
And that's what I've seen, from the lines in this game, right? I think the general perception is you're having Oklahoma City here against, what are they? What are the Pacers? The third best team in the East, right? If you kind of wave it out there, I don't want to give the Knicks that much credit, but no Boston, no Knicks, and they were able. No Cavs, don't forget either, right? The Pacers weren't the expected team necessarily to get there. You look at the roster now, you look at the matchup here, and they certainly look like. And I've said it to you before. Look, Boston was going to lose that game, even if Jason Tatum didn't get injured. They were basically in desperation mode, and we're going to need an all-world effort from Tatum in that moment when he went down with that. And yeah, they were just starting to put together a little momentum in that game, and Boston, if they were going to make their comeback, that was going to be it. But they were already down big time. So, hey, we ended up with the Pacers. They look like a pretty good team. Could they use a little pump up in a position or even two, including the bench? Yeah, maybe so. But again, they're a young team too. Outside, Siakam getting up there a little bit. I don't know. He's probably in his prime, really. I guess if you think about it. So, yep, we're seeing the arena here, and everyone decked out in their yellow and ready to go. And I don't want to sit here and be like, hey, Hallie, we told you so. But yeah, I'm ramping them up. I'm just kind of going like you. My biggest play is on that, that straight 13 and a half when I started building it, right? And then I reduce the amount and go up the ladder and put a little bit less on it, go up to the next point level and put a little bit less on that. So you're still achieving, you're just not winning as much, but that plus money is what comes into play and still gives you great rewards. So that's how I've ramped up on Halliburton. Bulk, bigger amount on the lower total for his points, but I'm still put it on the other numbers as well, just reducing the stake on those higher numbers. So it's kind of like a little less of a reward, but if he keeps going and has that monster game, hard to say that with talking about the injury like we did, but
yeah,
here he comes with his 20 points per game average in those wins as they show the graphic here, and he's ready to go.
All right, real quick, Ramon. Jason wants to know my top 5 Pacers all the time.
Okay,
I was a Knicks fan growing up in the 90s, so I hate the Pacers, or I hated the Pacers, but I'll just go from those teams. Reggie Miller 1, Antonio Davis 2, Rick Smits 3, Detlef Schrempf 4, Vern Fleming 5. There you go. Old guys.
Does that include this team, though, or are you just saying?
I don't care about this team.
Okay.
I really don't. There's no McConnell's kind of fun to watch. Halliburton, this thing, get out of here. Is there anyone on this? Who I really do like though is Benedict Mathurin. I've been a big Mathurin fan since he was in college, but I mean to say he's my favorite, I'll just go old school. It's not the Flying Dutchman. I think they just called him the Dutchman, right?
The Dunking Dutchman, I think.
Dunking Dutchman, yeah. Vern Fleming was,
you'd have to put Smits in there for sure. A lot of people will point back. There's some great players that weren't kind of that era that you were in, maybe more towards my era. George McGinnis was a great player that played for the Pacers. We're underway here.
Let's go, man. We got basketball. We got the NBA Finals now. Are you on cable? Are you watching on cable?
I'm probably behind you a little bit.
I'm on YouTube TV. There's still right now SGA is on my screen.
I've got 11:35 clock stopping.
Oh, you're way ahead of me. You are way ahead of me.
And I'm on my slow feed here.
But this is on ABC, right? So I guess I could hook up the antenna, but whatever. This is fine. You're not going to ruin it for me unless it's the fourth quarter. And then if it's a close game in the fourth, I'll just go upstairs and throw it together. Baseball real quick. Phillies leading Miami 2-1, top of the ninth. We're on the Phillies Tampa Bay money line parlay from our guy Ramon. The other part of that parlay is Tampa Bay and Baltimore, and the Orioles get on the board with a Ryan O'Hearn RBI single. So here we go. We got
Chris Mullin was mentioned too. Don't forget.
I don't even remember him with the Pacers.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess in honor of Mel, I could go with Mel Daniels. Was a pretty good pacer.
Chuck Person, there's a name.
Oh, the Rifleman.
Mark Jackson was good. He was a Knick. Then he went to Indiana. So
great job, you guys. Wow, I wouldn't have thought of half of these. People always kind of tease me on the air sometimes about my knowledge of, and I'm one of those sports sickos, just like you, just like everybody here in the chat, right? But I don't know, maybe just too many brain cells are dead. Sometimes I space out and forget about some of them. But Phoenix has taken the lead on the Liberty with 7 minutes to go. Man, Liberty having some problems here. And
Halliburton's on the board. He's got one on the technical foul shot.
Oh, okay. Was there a T? I was looking at something else.
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, it must have been. I don't know what the hell. Let's go see what that was. I don't know. I was
looking over here at the. I'll give us we have stoppage of action here in the game. Give you my soccer update. Your favorite TNT Trinidad and Tobago against Haiti. They haven't overthrown the coach or anything with Haiti, but it is 1-1 here. The game's just about over right now. They're in extra time, so there could be a goal here right now, but it looks like 1-1. Haiti was a 2-goal favorite in that one, so that's not going to happen. Trinidad and Tobago 5-0 losers to the United States in their first game. It looks like they're going to draw. Haiti here is a big underdog, and then coming up here shortly after that will be the United States tonight, Holden, against Saudi Arabia. We're about a half an hour away from that one. U.S. is favored in that game by a goal, but again, this team has really stunk it up here of late, and Saudi Arabia's got a decent team here. You could say that, the reason why this tournament is in the United States is that FIFA and the Saudi money may have brought the tournament here in the United States, and maybe the U.S. should throw them a bone a little bit, but U.S. needs a win. So, all right, 4-1, Holden, what's going on here?
Halliburton looks fine. He's moving very well, which is good. So it's just early. The Pacers can't hit a shot. He is really asserting himself too. He shot the 3. He shot the bunny that he just missed. So I'm not worried about Halliburton. I like him to get to the 13 and the 15 tonight. He's going to have to be, and he's been very, very aggressive early, which is what we like to see. Now, at any point in time, the calf can bother him, and then we're in trouble. But right now, Halliburton looks pretty good. You brought up Trinidad and Tobago. Beautiful country. Was down in Grenada, where we invaded like all those years ago. That, to me, is my favorite Caribbean country. Trinidad and Tobago is a nice place. Nice place. A little too close to Venezuela for my liking, but beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. You ever been down to the Caribbean, Ramon?
No one's ever taken me.
Are you kidding me? You need to just take a Caribbean vacation, broski. That or go to Thailand. One of the two things. That's your next vacation. Easy things to get done.
My next vacation is the Major League All-Star break, sir.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Nothing?
I'm going to go to San Diego and get all of my belongings and bring them to Las Vegas, as I've been sitting in a storage for the last 3 years I've been here.
That sounds like an amazing vacation. Cleaning out storage. What is that, a 5-hour drive, 6-hour drive? How long is the drive?
Yeah, it's about 4.5 hours when you're going fast.
Oh, here it is. Kegger says Jermaine O'Neal. Kegger, why aren't you on the show, dude? I just plugged the NASCAR pod coming up after the show. Get your butt on the show and let me say hi to you, please. Please. That'll be great. What up, Gnarly? Oh, Mel is in the house. Hi, Mel. Oh, Ramon, USA -1 on the Asian handicap. She also says
I can't do it.
Aren't good.
I can't do it. Mel said Saudi Arabia is not good. No, I mean, I understand that, but where are you ranking the United States here right now? I mean, Saudi Arabia, they're probably a top 60 team in the world here, but can you really put U.S., I guess if you look at the rankings, that maybe the U.S. is top 15, but I don't feel like they are right now. They feel no better than a top 30 or 40 team the way they've been playing here of late. So, no, I don't want to lay the 1 goal at all. In fact, I've got it as a scoreless draw. Final. I'm going to play a 0-0 score line in the first half, exact score line. And then I'm going to take the U.S. to win the game 1-0 tonight. How's that for down to the precision handicap?
Very precisional. Very precisional. The Pacers still have not hit a field goal. They got a couple free throws, one from Halliburton, one from Turner. They call a timeout. 3 minutes and 1 second into the game, 8-2 Thunder on top. But it really doesn't matter with this Pacer team. They go down 20 and they still make it a game in the fourth.
What I've said, Holden, about the Pacers, I don't know if it was they play like they don't know the score. They play like they're not watching the scoreboard. I think that's been key to the ones they've had those comebacks too. Remember, so I think that's a real credit to them as a team, and allows them to they've not just in this series. We saw them with big time comebacks, and I think because they play like they don't know, they don't watch the scoreboard. So. All right, man. The Mercury are up by 6 here on the Liberty. We're going to get an upset here, it looks like, tonight. Liberty going to have trouble winning the game, much less covering double digits here against this Phoenix team. Right now, one of the best surprising teams right now. Phoenix, along with Atlanta, they're the two of the teams that are kind of creeping up. We know Liberty, we know Minnesota are the two best teams, I guess, in the WNBA, and we're trying to figure out who's good after that. Phoenix, Washington is up there doing a great job as well, and we'll see tonight with those Valkyries. There, we know the Fever are up there too. We're gonna not quite put them in the top 2 yet, but they're probably number 3.
Thank God we get the NBA Finals, because the official dead zone of the sports betting calendar is about to come up. Now, there's never a dead zone for Foxy and Ramon. These guys bet everything. They bet darts. They bet poker when you can bet poker. They bet WNBA. They bet all the soccer. But we're about to get there, buddy. We're about to get to the dead zone. So if the NBA season ends tonight, Stanley Cup Finals are done. We got preseason NFL in August to bet on. We got college football in late August to bet on. And outside of that, it's really going to be a lot of baseball, WNBA, and soccer, right? What else you can be betting, Ramon?
Well, we'll give you right now, Holden, the 10-minute warning here in week 3 of the CFL, just moments away.
Okay.
Montreal is a 5.5 point favorite. Even some 6s out there on the road against Edmonton. Montreal is already in first place in the East. They're 2-0. Every other team in the East is 0-2. So far, so good for Montreal here. Pretty big favorite against an Edmonton team that, not great. So far, looks like Montreal has everything going for them in this game. It's just a matter of can you lay nearly a touchdown on the road here in this one tonight against Edmonton. Montreal did open, I think, 5 or 5.5. They've had a very good quarterback so far this season in Davis Alexander. He threw for 344 yards last week and a 21-point win over Ottawa. He's got some good talent along here, and this one's on, I believe, on CBS Sports Network tonight, so everybody can check that out. But so far, a little bit of a drought here for the Pacers, just 2 points for the first 3.5 minutes, holding down 10-2 here in this one. Oh, man, I'm watching there's a little bit of a kerfuffle in the Pirates dugout. Here, the Pirates are yelling at, I believe, the umpires, because I believe we might be getting a delay here right now. It is starting to really pour in Detroit.
Jermaine's bragging about his bet now that it's basically cashed. Clay Holmes at 97 pitches in the 5th. Man, you got to say you took it out. You took that in the 4th inning. You can't say you took that in the 5th inning when the guy's pushing 100 pitches now. Come on, Jermaine. Come on, man. Come on. All right, we're back in action. 10-2, OKC leading up. Now it's 10-6. Siakam has 4. Very quickly, he got them on the board. So 10-6, and I guess it's Pascal Siakam night.
Yeah, and he's going to the line right now after that bucket as he got knocked down. So what I said was correct, Holden. They're bringing out the tarp here in the bottom of the 9th inning in the second game of a doubleheader. You're 1 out. So Pittsburgh was a little hot. Let's try to get, I don't know, Detroit was up to bat, so maybe I just don't know the context of why Pittsburgh was all upset. The umpires had to go through the visitors' dugout to go back to their locker room, I guess, and maybe they were just arguing some calls, because there was some Pirates really getting in the grill there of the umpires as they walked off. But that game's 4-4, and it will now enter a rain delay. Philadelphia trying to close it out there on Miami, and those other games 1-1. So,
yep, we need Phillies and the Rays. Nemhart has 6, Siakam has 5, and the Pacers have the second lead of the game.
Hey, my Nemhart's starting to heat up, huh?
Yeah, Nemhart's taking care of business. McConnell will be in probably in about 4 minutes. Was he come in with about 2 or 3 minutes left in the first quarter? Maybe even 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. So we should get McConnell going here pretty soon. But a nice little run after the timeout from the Pacers. Rick Carlisle's a great coach. I mean, it's just as simple as that.
Boy, my Nemhard's gonna when Nemhard get there in the first quarter.
Maybe. I mean, the dude's got 8.
I'm on 12.5 points and assists at even money. What was I thinking?
He's got 8 and a bunch of goose eggs. He might get that with his points in the first quarter, though.
Right? It is a final. St. Louis did win and got that run line over the White Sox. It wasn't a bad doubleheader, though, for me there, but couldn't win them all.
Hey, smash the like button if you get a second. We'll try and look for some live bets here during this NBA game. We're kind of quiet right now as far as that goes. 15-12, though. The Pacers leading the Thunder. Nembhard has 8. Siakam has 5. Holmgren and Williams have 4 on the other side of things. And a slow start here for SGA. I wonder if he just doesn't do anything in the first quarter, what that player prop is going to be. Because there's no way they're going to move that thing below 30. It's just not going to happen. But that would be, let me see his live line here. SGA 30.5 minus 10. What do you think his pre-flop number was? Was it 32.5? It didn't come down 2 points. Yeah, it was 32.5 juiced to minus 32. So he's already down a couple of points. He's down to 30.5 minus 105. Doesn't SGA have to get this number? I mean, he's got to get the 30, doesn't he?
You're saying for his impact in a winning.
I think just in general.
Oh, he has to get this number, meaning, this number's too easy. He's got to get
it. He had that one game. What was it? Game 3 where he didn't get to 30, and outside of that, he's just crushed. Now, that one game was in Indy, but right now, and he hasn't gotten a line either. I wonder if that's something that we should keep an eye on, is SGA not getting a line a lot tonight. Maybe they call it for the Pacers. McConnell's in the game, and Halliburton's still in the game. He's just not scoring. So
I did see SGA taking his break here already, too.
Down to 29.5 minus 120. I mean, you don't bet that until he comes back in the game. He's going to sit. How much time we got left in this quarter? 4:38. He's going to sit for a couple of minutes. I think if this gets down to like 27.5, don't we have to hit it? How does he not get to 30, Ramon? Because at some point in time, he's just going to take over. And he's going to do it for a couple of quarters.
Jermaine, he said in the chat with Toppin's first 3-pointer there. And, man, he's going to come back here and get another 3 for Toppin. These Pacers are heating up from 3-point range to take a 6-point lead here right now. And, even after a real slow start, looking pretty good. Right now, it's going to be an upset here, I think, in the WNBA. 151 to go, and the Phoenix Mercury lead by 9 over the Liberty, 86-77.
Halliburton 3. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Halliburton 3.
Let's go.
So we got 4 points already with Hallie. 4 points with Hallie. We got 2 points for SGA. Is there a magic number that you would get in on SGA? He's got 2. It's at 30.5. It dipped down to 29.5 for a second. Now it's at 30.5 again.
You said, did you hit the fast? You're ahead of me, though, now, I think, all of a sudden. Maybe mine hung for a little bit.
No, I didn't see. I got the game log up from NBA. Oh. I'm just looking at that. Screw it, I'm
just seeing the Hallie 3 right there. So this is time out.
24-17 Pacers.
They might not miss another 3.
We'll see. I mean, again, they're going to need SGA to get going, though. And that's the guy that I'm targeting. Hey, chat, we got a lot of sharp guys in the chat. Anybody thoughts on how SGA ends up tonight? Because I'm interested in hearing from you guys. You basically just bet him at the 30 points, the over 29.5. I'm not ready to go there yet, but boy, the Pacers have shown up tonight. You know what's crazy? Reggie Miller is sitting in the front row, getting the crowd all jacked up in a Pacers jersey. I wonder if it's his own jersey, too. This is the guy that called the Eastern Conference Finals. Are you kidding me? I thought Reggie did a decent job of not seeming biased, but the dude was totally biased. totally biased. And now he's cheering in the front row.
Well, Holden, you are indeed an old man. You don't say it like that anymore. You say based.
What is based?
That's what in
oh, you're not biased anymore? Now you're based?
Lingo, right, internet lingo. What happened is I think so many people kind of got on the wrong track for a few years with social media, and everybody started spelling biased wrong, and it's just become based now.
Okay, well, I'm going to stay with biased. My old ass is going to stay with biased. Your old ass is going to stay with based.
Can somebody in the chat back me up on this? I don't think Holden believes me.
No, I believe you because the internet's just a bunch of idiots. I mean, you and I both know that. A bunch of idiots. Based. I do move, by the way. You moved in on Hallie under 6.5 assists. Sharp play, didn't want to give it out.
A little bit of move
he
here.
Did it to us again.
I
love Jermaine.
I love Jermaine too.
It's like there's a minute left, and there's a minute left in the game, and he's gonna pop on and give us like 3 bets that he bet. Here, these are the bets that I bet. That's great. Mel says I don't think that's what based means. By the way.
Well, there you go. I'm showing and then I don't know what it means there, but usually it's used in the context when somebody is favoring something over another. So that's why I misconstrued it, I guess, to be biased, because I think
you know what, you're old too. Don't even think about it. You're just old.
I'm gonna go to Grok right now.
Do it.
And ask Grok, or maybe I'll have to go to the chat. Which one's your favorite AI machine to run these questions through?
Well, Gemini apparently is the best, but ChatGPT helps me write letters to my ex-wife so they're nice. So I'll go with ChatGPT for now. Okay. I do like Gen Alpha slang though. I'm all about Skibbity Toilet and Skibbity Riz Ohio, all that stuff. I love embarrassing my daughter by saying that stuff. Yeah. Skibbity, no Skibbity, Skibbity Riz. He's got Riz. He's got drip. Love it. I absolutely love. I know I'm old and I shouldn't be saying this stuff, but I love it, man. Good for the kids. Good for Gen Alpha.
So just to tell you about, I love Jermaine. Is with me pretty much every morning. Whether I'm there for 90 minutes, 2 hours, Jermaine's with me pretty much all the way. That's hard to, not recognize. So
that's why I don't give out picks
in the chat. So really appreciate you, Jermaine. Love everything you've done for me and the contributions you give me every day on the morning steam show, man. Thank you so much. I don't say this on that show, and I got a great opportunity to say it right now. Thank you to JMain34.
Go plug your stuff, Ramon. You're nice enough to be doing this again. What are you doing?
Well, I do a show every morning, and then probably should be. Oh, did you see right there?
McConnell hasn't done anything yet, but he's only been in
line right now. And so I'm do a show every morning, and maybe it's me and Jermaine. Maybe it's a Ramon and Jermaine show, is what it is.
He doesn't want to give plays though until they cash. I mean, it's kind of tough.
No,
I'm with you, Jermaine. Though it is tough. Like you're messing with people's money. Like some people actually, tail the plays. You don't want to lose. This is what drives Keg nuts too. That's why he goes off on these people on the on X that are giving plays out that are just complete losers.
Oh, I love it. I wish
nuts.
Look, when Keg started going after these, I thought we were going to see more from him a little bit, like getting into those spaces and everything with those guys. And look, I'm on some of the sites where you know what, you got to be accountable. The record keeping is right there. I mean, all I can do is enter in the net, and I have to, my wins and losses are all out there for everyone to see. So, on the, I don't know, I call them the IG cappers, right? The TikTok cappers. You can just go on there and, hey, they're the ones. Hey, I don't want to say I'm old and maybe I'm based. I don't know, but they're the ones making the big bucks as touts, and I'm just. I need my winners more than the contributions, or however you want to say it, with the people who are tailors, followers, pick purchasers, things like that. I need to be more accountable just to myself to win, because I don't get the attention. I don't have the charisma. I don't have the frills on
You got
my
the look.
videos or anything, with
The
the
looks. Hey, I got to bring something up to you here. 26-17 Pacers. So after getting run out of the gym, the first 5 minutes are going nuts, right? We can get the Thunder at +10.
No.
Yeah. Plus money on the Thunder.
You sure about that?
Now it's even money. That is tasty. I mean, if I tell you before the game we can get even to plus money on the Thunder, we're jumping on that in a second.
Also want to mention real quick here, there's been a big move tonight. We've talked about that Padre game. We're talking about Yamamoto. The total's down to 8.5 over at -115 to 117 right now. It was just 9 under 15 a short while ago. So this is a pretty big move coming in on the under with the Padres and the Dodgers tonight, no doubt about it.
Oklahoma City money line +105, small play from me. I mean, listen, the Pacers could dig down deep and take care of business, and SGA has been hot garbage so far. You just missed another gimme, but you're giving me plus money on OKC. It's just a numbers play right there. That's all it is. I can't. It's just the better team, Ramon. It's the better team. And are you telling me that Toppin and Nembhard are going to keep shooting like they're shooting for the rest of the game? Not so sure about that. So I sprinkled on the Thunder +105. They're down 26-20, and now they are -120.
We have an upset in the WNBA. The Phoenix Mercury defeated the New York Liberty 89-81 tonight to Phoenix. It is an upset, no doubt about it, but Phoenix has improved to 10-4, and New York is 10-2. Right now, so Phoenix gets the win on the road here. They were on the back-to-back here tonight after playing Connecticut last night. So Phoenix right now, I think they're in the top 5 at least, if not top 4 teams right now in the WNBA. Final. There, Philadelphia beat the Marlins. Holden, it's a final there just coming across.
Now we need the Rays 1-1 in the 6th against the O's.
There.
Yep. I feel good now because Mel, she's a sharp bettor. She bet OKC at plus money too. So there you go. Let's go. Jermaine took Caitlin Clark 10+ assists at +20. Okay.
It's tough, because I like being a public tout. I mean, look, why do people do things? Hey, maybe we like attention, right? Maybe we're attention whores. I don't know, but part of making money and doing this a lot of times is you've got to be able to and willing to take open positions. You need to find certain middle opportunities that kind of I don't pay for your mistakes sometimes, pay for some losses here and there. So don't be afraid, even when you're rooting something home, right? You don't have to go full bore on it and take a whole nickel back or a couple hundred, right? You could just take a little bit back. Make sure you're paying for your bets, paying for your purchases. If you're trying to do this, hey, if you're just out there having fun and your team let it ride, baby, let it ride. You're out there betting with your hopefully your disposable income there, and you can have a little fun. But for me, Holden, when we got some other way, some income sources here in sports, but a lot of times there's a lot of manipulating, just trying to make sure you earn there. Kind of like, I don't know, selling a stock with make just $100 or something when you're like, man, I could just sit on this, but who knows what's going to happen tomorrow. It could be a war or something. So take what you can, get what you can. Got a minute left to go here in the first half. Oh, McConnell missed a layup there. Just it was a little height challenged on that one.
I am just going to give our one live play so far. OKC money line +105, and we'll keep digging as the game goes on. SGA, he's got 4 points. He has really just been awful so far. 2 of 6, 0 of 3 from 3, and he missed his shot at the free throw line. He's only been to the free throw line one time. That's a little concerning because you want to see him get points there. You want to see him at the line 10 times to try and eat it up. So if there's one thing that's mildly concerning on the OKC side, it would be SGA, but we've also seen SGA get off to bad starts and then just go ballistic. So maybe in the third quarter, we'll pull a little Sean Fox here and see what kind of number we can get on his third quarter points.
Yeah, and Foxy did come in on those other games. I guess we're not hearing from. I don't mean to get everybody excited there. He definitely put out his plays there for that WNBA game, but we'll cut him some slack there on his haul. I was surprised to see those plays. Thank you to Sean if he's watching us.
Mel's doubling down if we get better plus money. I mean, it's minus 35, minus 45 now, and they're minus 2.5 point favorites. So I don't know about that right now, but there you go. SGA gets to the line again. This is what we need. I'm all over Oklahoma City, and let's see here. McConnell goes to the bench, did not score, only took a shot, and he missed a gimme. Oh, well, that's fine. Throw your best bets in the chat. You got any questions for Ramon? Go for it. What are you on tonight? And also, if you're watching on X or Facebook, a lot of you are, come on over to our YouTube channel. Check us out, Nuke the House YouTube channel. All of our shows are there. Some are behind the paywall. A lot of them are for free. And after tonight's show, if you're a NASCAR bettor, stick around. Keg is back, and he is going to record the pod, and he'll be out for us. You a NASCAR bettor? You bet everything. Do you bet NASCAR?
Yes. Wow. But I mean, I'm also I'll say I'm a subscriber, but for making these appearances on these shows,
you should have it for free, and you need to invoice me too, because we need to pay you. You need to get paid for this.
I'm a Nuke the House subscriber. I mean, I get.
You better not be paying.
I get the plays. I get the, Now these guys are on Saturdays too. Now sometimes it's tough for me to get to those Saturday night races when they're firing away, but always on the Sunday race. I'm watching the guys.
Man, you were just a true grinder. Remarkable. The guy wakes up at freaking 2 a.m. to do a show, does it all by himself.
Yeah, shout out to my family and friends watching on Facebook. They're giving Holden a little bit of a hard time here, wondering what a live, just a typo, maybe it was K. I don't know, a live. They're just a one letter off there, Holden. They're giving you a hard time.
On what?
Live, LIBE betting show is what it says.
Please don't tell me. I changed it to live too.
Oh, well, it could be, you know what? I might have sent it out before you, because I did a copy and paste about 5 minutes.
I freaking changed it.
You may have, and but on the first one, maybe I copied and pasted it.
It's driving me nuts. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Live betting. Here it says live again. I must not have hit save the first time, but yeah, we're live. All right. We're live. After one quarter, Thunder and the Pacers. Thunder had an early lead. Pacers call a timeout, went on a run, 28-25. Pacers on top at the end of one. SGA has 7. So boom, just like that, he goes from 2 to 7 in a blink of the eye. 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Going to want to see him get there. We're on OKC plus 105 money line. Toppin has 8, Nembhard has 8, and Siakam has 7. So this is just what the Pacers do. They get like 7 guys scoring and just hope that 1 or 2 of their ancillary players go off, because they haven't got much from Halliburton tonight, but he doesn't look like he's slowed by the injury. He's got 4 points. He's right where we need him in order to hit his points prop too. They might give him they said he was not going to be on a minutes limit, but it seems like they brought him to the bench a little bit early in the first quarter.
Yeah, maybe you could do that. I mean, saw SGA go to the bench at about 5:45 of the first quarter. Hey, current line here: Oklahoma City by 2.5 on the spread, minus 145 on the money line. Total 219, maybe shaded to the over at a few books here. Right now, we're underway in the Canadian Football League, and the Edmonton Elks are the first to score. They lead the underdogs here, 5-point dogs. Field goal, 3-0. Elks over the Alouettes, just underway. I think that was the first possession of the game. They've
Okay.
got a field goal there.
And
also
I'm reading something.
Atlanta 3. Yeah, go ahead. Atlanta 3. Mets 1.
That would be 6 straight losses for the Mets.
Yeah, it's got to be of concern here right now. They were up 1-0. They gave up 1 in the fourth and 2 in the fifth here, and the Braves have a runner at third, second and third. And the Mets have brought the infield in, feeling a little pressure right now in this ball game.
Final.
What's the final?
Underway. You don't want the minor league baseball scores, I don't think, here, do you?
No, please don't. I mean, we're going deep enough with CFL. How do you cap CFL? Just like you would with the NFL?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're already in week 3, so there's a little bit of body of work there. And, you always know what teams have been. There's only 9 teams in the league, Holden.
It's not as many teams to cap. Why do they have an odd number, too? That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's just the way it's kind of worked out over the years. They've lost a few franchises here and there. You might remember when they had a few franchises in the United States for a year or two. That didn't quite work out. People didn't understand, I guess, 3-down football here. But hey, you got some pretty decent players in this league. Some quarterbacks that you might be, like a guy like Nathan Rourke. Of BC. He's kind of the MVP favorite, it feels like right now, although BC is 1-1. You also have Vernon Adams of Calgary. They're 2-0 right now. And he had a pretty good game last week in the win over Toronto. So
I get it. Back to the NBA real quick. I'm upset at myself for not pulling the trigger on SGA over 29.5. His prop now is 34.5. 37-32 Pacers. SGA has 9. He's now 4 of 8 from the field. We are on the Thunder money line plus 105. McConnell has 4 points. The YouTube short play was McConnell 8 points in an OKC victory. And then you and I both came up with Halliburton 13 plus and 15 plus tonight. Hallie's sitting there with 4 points, and he has not been back in a while, which is a little concerning. I'm going to go scour the news here and see what's going on with Halliburton. Because they said no minutes restriction. I wonder if something happened.
And this one shot down the line. This is going to clear the bases for the Mets, for the Braves. They're going to get 3 runs here on Matty Olson. A double into the right field corner. 6-1. Braves on top.
Yeah, man, I'm a little concerned about Halliburton. Let's get him back in this game, though. He's sitting there with a shirt on. That's not what we like to see, because he's been sitting now for about 6 minutes, Ramon. He's been on a bench for a while, and he's got that warm-up jersey on, too.
Yeah, he was a little bit scared to shoot there a little bit towards his minutes there. At first, he wasn't there, obviously. But, hey, I just want to know, Holden, if you want, after the game, we're going to go hang out with Tony Brothers, do a little karaoke, if you know what I mean. We're going to meet after the game, go to Tony's favorite karaoke bar here in Indianapolis.
Look who's back. Back again. Kegger's back.
How we doing, boys?
Hi, handsome.
Keller's back. He's got the shaved head. He's got the shave the damn mustache already. You've had that thing for long enough.
How are you, Ramon?
Oh, it's so great to see you, brother. Hope you're doing good.
I'm doing well, my guy. It's been a relaxing couple weeks. It's been nice.
Are you just so chill after just doing nothing? Has it just been amazing?
I gotta tell you, bro. After grinding 60-hour weeks for 10 years, like it was indescribable.
Yeah.
Do absolutely nothing.
Yep.
But sit on a fucking beach and drink. It was fantastic. Yeah, it was awesome. I'm definitely going on vacation more often.
Did you talk to anyone on vacation, or were you just by yourself?
No, I was alone the whole time. It was even better. It just couldn't got any better. Honestly, the only thing that could have made it better was if I left the country. I just couldn't because of my mom. But had I left the country, it would have been cool. But I had never been to Myrtle Beach. That was cool. Stayed there for about a week. Went down south to the condo in Miami that my grandparents left my mom, which she ended up giving to me and my sister. So I didn't get to stay there because I opened the door and there were palmetto bugs all over the place, bro. Hundreds they were hanging on the drapes. So I had to call somebody to fumigate the place. Took about 48 hours. And I was only in Miami for a few days. So I ended up having to get a hotel anyway. But at least I got that taken care of. And then came home. It was cool.
Sounds like, did you watch any sports?
Nothing.
No NASCAR,
nothing. When I tell you nothing, dude, nothing. Did not watch a second of actually that's not true. That's one of the bars at the in Myrtle Beach had the truck race on one night. So I watched some of that, but aside from that, no UFC, no NASCAR, did not open a sports book. It was just incredible.
That's good to hear.
How was your wedding, my guy?
It was remarkable. It really was. Loved it. We got some news since then that's kind of put a damper on it, but I will say that getting married in the middle of nowhere in the mountains, just having 10 people there, just your family, nothing like it. Absolutely nothing like it, dude. And there was no work either. So I didn't work. We're going on our honeymoon in 2 weeks. That's going to be great. And then real life goes back to being real life again. But yeah, we did the Sirius XM show on Sunday morning, and you're going to be back for that this week, which I'm really excited too. But yeah, getting married, it's the first time I've ever worn a ring in my life. I'm still getting used to it, but yeah, I'm excited, man. It was great. It was great to be with
on his finger. Oh, sorry, Holden.
Yeah, go for it. What do you say? What'd you say, Ramon?
It's the first time you've ever worn a ring in your life, and I said at least on your finger.
Yeah, at least they called me Freak Master. I don't think Ked gets the joke. They called me.
Already laughed. He's already done laughing.
Oh, he did. They called me Freak Master H
right
back in DC, and I've still never wore one of those rings. I don't need it yet. I'm not that old. Jeez, Ramon, I'm not your age.
Do I look like I got some sun?
No.
You look outstanding.
My sister said that she's like, you don't look translucent anymore. So she said that this is the tannest I've looked in a long time.
So no women, no nothing. Just
no women,
silent.
Bro. I've been married twice.
I know you have, but that doesn't mean you just give up on the Punane forever.
Face. No.
You should be a monk. You're tailored to be a monk right now.
Oh, I was gonna say you should be a model.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the only complications that I have in my life are surrounded by women.
I know.
So I just stay away from them now.
So that's actually interesting. But here's my question. Because I've been to Myrtle Beach before. There's no way you had good food in Myrtle Beach.
I'll tell you what, dude. The one miss is I'm not a big seafood guy.
Oh.
So I wrote to the boys. I was like, man, the only thing about this place, which I loved it, like I was basically on rooftop bars for a week straight. Like the Riptides bar was really cool. Like I'm just not a big seafood guy though. So I didn't really start to eat good until I got to Miami.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, it wasn't bad. The food was not bad. But like in Miami, I had some of the best street tacos I've ever had in my life. I went to Lucali. They got a place in Miami that like the place in New York. I went there, got some good pizza.
Okay.
I wanted to go to BLT Steak at the Doral,
Right.
but I just didn't I didn't have enough time to end up going there. But I did want to try that place. I did go to a pretty cool steakhouse though called the Joyce.
By yourself, right?
Everything I did was by myself.
So where do you sit? Do you get a table? Do you sit at the bar? Where do you go when you're going by yourself?
In Myrtle Beach, I basically sat at the bar the
Yeah.
whole time, even when I ate. But in Miami, I sat basically at like a table for four, but it was just me.
And nobody came over and kissed the ring or anything. Nobody noticed Keg. You're just completely did you wear a wig or something so people didn't come up to you and bother you?
No. It's just nobody. I saw one person down there I knew, and the the only reason why I saw her was because when I opened up the condo, and I couldn't stay there. I called my mom and I'm like, what do I fucking do here? What do I do with this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's like, you remember Fanny, your grandmother's best friend?
Mm.
And I'm like, yeah. She's like, she's still alive and she still lives in that building. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah, I'll call her. I'll let her know that you're going to go see her. And she'll give you the number for a fumigator. And I was like, okay.
So you saw an old lady.
I saw an old lady, the only person I knew. Yeah, my old dead grandma's best friend. Yes, who's still kicking it.
She must have been really happy to see you though, because old people love seeing young people. They really do.
She couldn't believe that I was going to be 45. She was like, God.
Now, why is the mustache still here? I thought you wanted to just get rid of all the bad juju. Why is the mustache?
I'm kind of feeling it. I'm kind of digging the mustache look, man.
All right.
I'm not done. I'm not done with it yet.
77 days till NFL season. So we're getting close, pal. I'm starting to feel it in my plums. Oh, ripe and juicy. About to bring them down to the market. 2 for 1 plum.
The only thing I hear from you is work.
Yeah, I know.
I have not even begun to prep the NFL year yet.
I know. It's still a little ways away. I'm very excited. I can't wait. And we'll have a good year. We're going to get going pretty soon. We got big meeting. All of us got to sit down and figure out our plans. Ramon, do you have any questions for Keg? You've been very quiet. The only thing you've said the whole time since you've been on is you've alluded to a cock ring.
What's going on? You guys been crushing it?
Well, I mean, last night there was literally nothing. Tonight, I feel like we're in a really good spot. Halliburton just scored again, so we're on our way to that. I'm on the OKC money line. Your baseball play is not looking good right now, Ramon, but there's still time for Tampa Bay to come back. But yeah, I think we're doing all right.
I don't know if they have it within them to come back from an 8-0 deficit and score 12 runs. They only need 4 now.
Oh yeah, last night, right? Last night, almost a big comeback. They didn't win that game, did they?
They did 12-8.
They did win the game. Oh,
yeah, it was first team in 50 years to overcome an 8-0 deficit to win a game.
Wow!
It had happened, I guess. I don't know. They said 161 straight times teams had led 8-0 in a game without coming back or something like that. Tampa came back to win. So bad Orioles.
So what do we got coming up here, Kegger? The NASCAR show tonight?
Yeah, it'll be there for everybody already on the YouTube channel when everybody gets done.
Does it feel good to be home? No, right?
Not really, no.
You need to move. You can't because you got your daughter, but like 3 years from now, and she's old enough, you need to get the hell out of here. You need to just go move somewhere warm.
Abby's in Indiana right now doing national duels for wrestling, high school wrestling.
Are you upset you're missing it?
Kind of bummed. Yeah, a little bit bummed.
You know, some live streams of that though.
Yeah, she was on Flow today. Yeah, she was on Flow Wrestling today, so I got to watch.
All right, very good.
You know, we were on Flow. They have a little motorsports on that channel.
Yeah, Flow Racing's great.
So you'll be back for NASCAR. Ease yourself into it. Let's go. It's good to have you back. We all missed you. It was a well-deserved break. We joked about it when we launched. I was like, you're not going to take a vacation.
I'll be honest. When I woke up on Monday,
Yeah.
I wasn't even sure I was leaving. But I said, if I don't get in the fucking car and just go, I'm just not gonna get out of this funk.
What would you do for a job if you didn't bet?
I needed some clarity. And I definitely got some clarity on a lot of issues over the
Really?
Yeah.
Was there meditation or ayahuasca?
It honestly, I sat on the beach every night from like 1 a.m. and watched the sun come up, and then I would go to bed because I normally go to bed at like 6, 7. And yeah, it was cool, man. It was definitely exactly what I needed for sure. And it's just I'm not even running bad. Like, I'm up on the year, and we found just such incredible ways to lose on that 10-week span. But I feel better. Hopefully we get back to normal. I don't know what I would do. I thought about that a lot. Like, I've been doing this now full time. It's going to be 16 years.
Yeah.
Fucking grind, bro. Like, I feel like I'm a pencil that's like this big. Like, I've just been ground down.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't know what the problem is. I'm not really qualified to do anything in this world other than make a living betting on sports, because the only other job I really had in my life, I can't do anymore because I'm physically not able to do it. And I'm definitely not buying bread routes again and doing that shit again. So like I don't know. So I'm here for the foreseeable future, just continuing to grind. But yeah, it gets old sometimes, you know.
I think you need to do this every year, in all honesty, just for your sanity. The guys at Nuke the House, we'll deal with it. We're fine.
Fine. I think you're right. I think I should probably get away once a year.
100%. Week, maybe 2 weeks a year. Just get the hell out of here. Just go, refresh, recharge. It's all you need to do.
Yep.
Ramon has been very quiet. Ramon, what are you seeing here in the NBA game, buddy? You've been watching it.
McConnell's playing really well here right now for sure. And Al's been keeping it going as well as the Pacers resurge to get back that lead right now. You got McConnell getting down and dirty, getting his knees scraped up here a little bit, making sure that he leaves it out all on the floor here in what could be the last game here tonight. Pacers regained that lead, went back ahead here with a little bit of surge in the second quarter. 5:48 left. Pacers
Thunder plus 115. Ramon, Thunder plus 115. Oh, God, I want to hit that so bad, but we're already in at 105.
What's the series at? And
3-2.
3-2
OKC. Yeah, and the Pacers crowd is just going absolutely nuts. Hey, Bears fan, I know you're saying that Hallie's back in. Dude, he sat for 8 straight minutes. He doesn't sit for 8 straight minutes usually.
Right, and you said no restrictions. Just remember, Holden, this guy has an injury, and maybe they wanted to give him a little extra time. Since he came back in is kind of when the surge kind of came back, because Oklahoma City had closed it all the way down.
I'm in, Mel. Plus 160. Yeah, I'm in. I'm back in. Let's go Thunder. Plus 160 at MGM, 154 at DK. All right, let's go.
Tony Bradley's giving a little bit of run here for the Pacers a little bit there. But
80. She got 80. Yeah, I got 60. That's fine. Again, the NBA teams look like they're dead. They get down by 20. They come back and win. So
Did I just win my Neesmith prop already here in the first half? Keg, 12 and a half points and assists here. I think that puts him right on 12. Let me get to the stats
there
here.
you go, buddy. Let's go, Ramon.
Love to see it.
Your boy Foxy is in Hawaii right now.
Nice.
Took his wife to Hawaii or Somalia, one of the two places. And he continues just to do live bets the whole time. He's not gonna get a divorce, but imagine going on vacation for this and then your significant other just won't stop volume betting.
I mean, to be fair, if I was Sean and I did this like he did recreationally, I probably would have been betting on the entire vacation too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you're also a guy that doesn't want to be around women.
true. I know that sounds weird. Like I mean,
it's very weird.
I'm not gay. No, but
I'm not worried about it. Even if you were, big deal. But my question for you is your grandma's best friend rich enough to where if you got with her, you could retire?
I've already invited Keg to the karaoke tonight with me and Tony Brothers. Okay. So.
I love karaoke, dude.
Yeah, but with Tony Brothers, it's really something special.
She does have a lot of money, Holden.
Okay.
But she's like 85.
Exactly. She's going to be gone soon.
No.
I mean, you got 1, maybe 2 years to live with that? All the money?
How on earth do you spend that money and feel good about yourself after you get it?
Why not? She'll go to her deathbed happy with a younger man. Come on, man.
It's the timeout. Thunder, 13-point lead here.
Yeah.
The Pacers.
I'm in enough. I'm not tripling down on this, Mel. I'm not doing it. 2's enough. 2 bets is enough. But
so you guys think it ends tonight?
I mean, I still do, but the Pacers don't. The Pacers are playing really good basketball. So we talked about this for the game too. Everybody thought, oh, the Thunder are going to run him out of the gym. I was like, I don't know, man. Halliburton's still going to play. It's not like he's gone, and they've been just murdering teams at home. So yeah, I don't think it's there. They go, showing Reggie Miller courtside again, cheering in his Pacers jersey after calling the Knicks and the freaking Pacers on national TV, saying he wasn't biased. Give me a freaking break.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That should be the Yankees scoring runs will be the top story in New York tomorrow. The Mets losing 6 in a row will be the second, and the third one is going to be Reggie Miller cheering at courtside. Bunch of bullshit. I don't like that. Fathead, you are a Pacers fan, okay? And maybe the Pacers do win, but you're biased. What up, Viper in the house? What are you on tonight, Viper? Throw it in the chat. Like button would be great. A lot of you watching on. I don't know who added it on Facebook. We're on Facebook. We're on X. Come on over to our YouTube channel, Nuke the House, and check us out.
Shout out family and friends watching on Facebook. Phil Pott, touchdown, Montreal. I'm betting the CFL here tonight, Keg. I was on some shows today trying to sell Montreal as my play. They're up 14-3 here, laying a touchdown late in the first quarter.
You could definitely make money betting CFL.
Softer than the NFL. So you'll be grinding NASCAR now, right? You started your NASCAR prep. We got the pod coming up after the show.
Yeah, I'm done basically with my NASCAR prep for the week.
You want to give a bet out here on the show?
Sure.
Why don't you give us a bet? Why don't you give the people a free NASCAR bet from the great Kegger, who is really dropping an opportunity to just not have to work again in his life. She has a big house.
She's got a condo.
A lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of money, yeah.
On death's doorstep.
God, you're going to hell.
It's not me. I wouldn't do it. But I'm just saying, you could live the high life for the rest of your life. You'd sit on the beach from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. every single morning for the rest of your life.
That's true.
Nobody to bother you. Nobody to
My
bother you.
deepest, darkest retirement betting secret is to just go around the tennis tour and bet tennis from the from the front row of the tennis tournaments, and only bet tennis, and go to every tennis tournament and every tennis match, and just sit there and bet with a phone or a laptop and just watch tennis.
That's your dream? Is that your dream, Ramon? Just to end?
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Because you're beating the books on that, right? Because you're going to be in the front row. You can bet it immediately the second it happens. You actually have a chance to beat
live betting right there. Take Keg with me. We'll be out there getting some sun.
Keg will be rich and retired, relaxed.
I'll take you to exotic locations like Paris, and take him to Wimbledon.
Wimbledon, that sounds like fun.
Keg.
We'll eat strawberries and cream together.
Strawberries and cream is fantastic. All right, free play. This line's moved 25 cents in our favor because that's what we do here. But I still don't mind it at anything really over plus money. Alex Bowman, top 10, plus 125, currently available at BetMGM. We bet it at plus 150, but I don't mind plus 125. I think he's good to top 10.
Alec Bowman. How do you not hop on the Keg train now that he's relaxed and recharged, despite dropping a massive monetary opportunity to retire and leave all of us and retire in Florida? What'd you think of the humidity down there? How's that going?
It's brutal.
Brutal.
Brutal. That is the only thing I cannot stand about that state. That's the first thing I said to the boys when I got down there.
I hate it.
I was like, God, you could literally cut it with a knife, dude.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. You can't, like when you take a breath in, you're breathing in like water vapor.
And they're the worst drivers in the world down there.
Well, they're all 95.
Yeah, they are.
So
they are the worst drivers in the world. Just, it's like really dangerous driving down there. 100%. I don't like it.
I went to the House of Blues in Orlando.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I went to go watch Saturday night. I went to go watch Red Hot Chili Pepper and
you saw a concert?
Pearl Jam tribute band.
Oh,
yeah.
A tribute
band.
Yeah,
just because I was in Orlando because I wanted to go to Andretti karting to do the go-karts, bro. Yeah. They go like 40 miles an hour. I had so much fun that I'm going to buy an iRacing sim and put it in my living room.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keg's starting to live now.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Like all it took was a little time off, and now you're starting to live. Who are you doing with the pod with tonight? Is it Iowa?
Just me.
Oh, just you.
Yeah, Meyer is out fishing tonight.
Ooh, he's out fishing, you say? Okay. Yeah. All right, pal. You don't have to hang with us anymore if you don't want to. I mean, I'm just glad to see you, though.
True. You got to stay here with us.
Been too long. I mean, we're a live betting show, but I'd rather talk to Keg than bet right now.
Yeah, good to see you guys. I'll let you guys do your thing.
Okay.
Tomorrow we'll be live at 5 for the NASCAR Truck Series race.
Okay.
Saturday we'll be live at noon for MMA and NASCAR, and then Sunday we'll be live at 3.
Busy this weekend. He's back to work.
Yep.
77 days to the NFL. We're going to do more college football content this year as well. Football's coming up. Hang in there, folks. We'll be back. We'll be back big time.
All right. Kegger. Love you, boys.
Thanks, buddy. Great to see the Kegger. See you, pal.
Bye, Keg.
Love seeing it. It's been too long. Discord's been a little quiet. Everybody's been a little quiet waiting for the Kegster to come back. Hallie's got 10 points. Let's fucking go, Jermaine. Let's cash that. Let's cash that 13 and 15 now.
Buried that one from long range here, and then a block by Siakam of a 3-point attempt by Holmgren. It's a 17-point lead here.
Man, the Thunder just pooping the bed right now.
I'd almost say that was streaming with Keg when streaming wasn't cool.
You don't think streaming was cool, huh?
I don't know.
I remember when they told me to do a podcast back in 2009, and I was like, dude, podcasts? Who's doing podcasts? Right? Now everybody's got a podcast. Too many podcasts. Everybody's got a podcast. Everybody and their mother has a podcast.
Yeah, I don't listen to that podcast. Too many people listen to it. Some type of incident here in the delay here with Baltimore and Tampa. See some players with concerns. They're bringing out a cart here and a stretcher right now, but it might be in the Tampa dugout, or maybe it's in the crowd. I'm trying to get a grip here and see what's going on.
All right, check that out.
Here,
Mel,
yeah.
Mel, I can't bet. I can't go in a third time on the Thunder. Two's enough. Two's enough. And if the two Halliburton bets come in, then it does. Like I'll still be plus money then. But right now,
I don't know. Can I say he ain't looking at Halliburton? Ain't looking injured for shit. He looks
he's fine. Whatever they did with the hyperbaric chamber, the massages, maybe they gave him a sonogram or something. I don't know.
I need some of that.
Do you? We're not that old. All right, let me go upstairs real quick. I'll be right back. Ramon, you love to talk. I trust you. You'll be fine.
All right. I'll narrate it here, and just before you go, Holden, or you can hear me as you're walking out.
Yeah.
It's Adley. Adley is injured here. He was struck in the dugout by a line drive. So a little bit of a scary incident here with one of the best players, or best catchers around here in the major leagues. Adley Rutschman has been hit by a foul line drive, and everybody's pretty concerned here. USA and Saudi Arabia, they just took their hydration break. We're at the 30-minute mark. No score. I did call for a 0-0 halftime score here. It's in the incident, though, is in the Rays dugout, so I don't know what's going on with that, you guys. I'm trying to figure it out here right now as I see the crew out here trying to do it. Hey, Montreal is going to punt in the game against Edmonton right now. We're just into the second quarter here. Indiana leading by 18. We're almost at halftime, so get ready for that halftime line. Here, 18-point lead. And here's a steal by Halliburton with a no-look pass and a slam dunk by Pascal Siakam. What movement by the ball there by Halliburton, the steal, the no look, and I don't know how Siakam threw that down with two defenders. He amazingly kept that ball palmed and nailed it down, and the Indiana Pacers are going to take a big lead here into halftime as they grab a board here late in the first half. One possession left. They're already up 18 points here. And let's see here. Might have been Turner on that dunk. I got so excited here. Siakam, 18-foot turnaround at the buzzer. Good. It's a 22-point lead at halftime. Oh, my. The Pacers are blowing out the Thunder here in game number 6. Wow. A dominant first half. Amazing run right there for the Pacers. Still Jalen Williams leading all scorers, 16 points. SGA 15, but you got Siakam with 13. Halliburton, it was Siakam with that jam. Halliburton was an incredible pass there. Nembhard, he's got 10 points, so I'm not quite there yet with the 10 points, 1 rebound. So I'm not quite there yet with that 12.5 prop, but what a moment there, Holden, at the end of the first half.
24 points.
22 officially here, 64-42 right now. Getting that second half line is going to be Oklahoma City favored here by 2, and the total 108, maybe 108.5 here right now at halftime.
All right, so the Halliburton's looking good. The plus money Thunder bet's looking bad. Halliburton's got 12. We need him to get 3 points to cash both those plays.
Oh gosh, it's looking pretty good, and never going to count this Thunder team out. So the Pacers are definitely going to need more scoring. I guess that's the only way I could say it here right now. But Matterin, it was shut out in the first half. Remember, it's been Nembhard and Naismith that kind of carried the extra load there. McConnell, though, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. What a half. Does this guy do it all together there? Holmgren, 4 points so far. Miles Turner only has 1 point so far. So, man, even though they're losing, though, but I mentioned right at the top of going over the scoring, Holden, Jalen Williams, you listen to him get in. What an unassuming, I'll call him. I mean, I know SGA is a superstar right now, but Jalen Williams is a star in this league. I don't want to, I know the Thunder's down, but man, he's a very humble kid too. Hey, we got the 10-minute warning coming up. Fever and Valkyries with the Fever favored by 10.5. We're ready to watch Caitlin Clark, but it's going to be tough beating to just win this game against the Valkyries, much less cover double digits here. The Valkyries are one of the best surprises in the league so far. They're 4-1 against the spread at home. They're 5-6 this expansion team. The Fever's only 6-5 straight up, and they're 11-point favorites here. Granted, Clark missed those games, so they lost a few with her out of the lineup. They won a couple too, as well. Remember, they're the ones that are in the championship game in the Commissioner's Cup, where they'll take on Minnesota. Will the Fever, so they've that to look forward to. But that's a couple of weeks away right now. They got to play Golden State tonight, and it'll be a raucous crowd there in San Francisco. They love this Valkyries team, and see it now at Circa just go up to 11.5. Who doesn't love a Valkyrie? These are the women that choose the dead warriors in Norse.
Ramon. Is this game over? 22 points? Like 20 points teams are coming back. 22.
This is the Oklahoma City Thunder, Holden.
22 is a lot, man.
And I misquoted that line. It's obviously 9.5. I just can't read. And it was a 9 on the screen, and I was just not even paying attention when I said 2. Of course, it's 9. 9.5 now. 9.5. Oklahoma City, 9.5 here in the second half. Total 109.
The spread is 12.5 in the Thunder Pacer game. I'm going to go look at the third quarter spread. You would think that the Thunder will come out and win the quarter. I would think. But
yeah, they'll be favored by about 3.5. I think they're the third quarter, probably.
Favored by 3.5.
Man. I would think so. If you're looking at 9.5.
2.5.
2.5, you say?
Yeah.
That's probably a pretty good number there. I don't know. I feel pretty committed to this Pacers situation, but I would think that is a little bit of value.
2.5. Well, the juice isn't great. It's minus 25. But I mean, are the Thunder really that dead in this game? Like at this point, if you're down 22 points at the end of 3, they're going to start pulling their guys with about 5 minutes, 8 minutes.
Well, I will say this. You've watched these NBA playoffs. There have been several, if not a half a dozen, 20-point teams were coming back from 20 points like it was nothing, right? This postseason.
All right, so here's what I'm doing, Ramon.
There have been more 20-point comebacks in this postseason than ever in NBA history.
I'm taking the Thunder minus 2.5 in the third quarter. I hate the juice, but I took it anyways. It's 4 at other books. So that line just might be set wrong. And that's about it. Hallie might need to get the 3 points in the third. Maybe. I mean, when he's been in there, though, he's looked good. Besides for really getting so aggressive in the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game, but he also sat for a long time and extended. And they would not mind sitting him to get ready for a game 7.
Well, it's a great point, but I also would think that look, I might just be happy and I want to just hang on and take. But this is a nice opportunity. I mean, I don't think the Thunder. Look, we've seen the other end of the spectrum also in these playoffs. We've seen a couple of 40-point blowouts. I don't think in the finals with a team like the Thunder we're going to get that here. Fathead chiming in. He's ready to go with this late action with Houston and the Athletics. I'll give another 10-minute warning here now with Houston and the Athletics getting ready to go. Yeah, Holden, I learned my lesson last night trying to get cute, trying to say, look at me on the Nuke the House show. Let me take the A's and the under. Not tonight, bud. I'm taking Houston over. After you said, you would kind of question me and said, Ramon, it's 90 degrees out here. You got Houston, their offense.
What happened last night? What happened?
What happened? Houston was going around the bases every time I looked up on another home run. So that's what happened.
97 degrees.
Altuve homer. So tonight I'm going square. I'm going.
Oh, Houston. Now you're going over?
Houston and over. Come on. I got pissed here yesterday after you told me.
It's only 79 degrees tonight.
Oh, that sounds like a lovely night.
The good news, though, the wind is blowing out at 13 miles an hour.
Right, and don't forget, you could say all you want about the way the weather, it'll heat it up too, but this has been a totally over situation even before the month of June here with these games in Oakland so far, Holden. They are 24-14 to the over at home are the Athletics.
I think that's worth a small play. I'll tell you on that. So what's the total you got? What's the best number you got on the total?
Right now we're looking at 10 flat, believe it or not. And that's what I said yesterday, right? I was like, and I don't want to be, I'm not one of those, I promise I'm not one of those, the line tells you, right? Because last night was one of the first 9.5s in this stadium in quite a while, in a while for sure. Maybe since that first time, the first couple of weeks where they really weren't jacking them up too much. But it's a 10 flat at the sharp books right now. 10 under at Bet Online, 10 under 17, 10 under 20 at Bovada, 10 under 11 at DraftKings.
I mean, so who is it? Ortiz on the mound. He's had some decent starts too. I don't mind either one of these young pitchers, but again, 97 degrees with no wind, 79 with 13 blowing out. Yeah, I got to bet that. Best number I see is -109 at DraftKings over 10. I'll just take the total. I'm just going to take the total. I like Colton Gordon too, but 10 for this game. The other game this afternoon, when I saw the wind was blown out at Wrigley, nobody was talking about it. And it blew out for about 5 innings. And the ball was just flying out. Pete Crow Armstrong is a 2020 guy in the first half. This kid is having a special season. I don't know if he's going to be like this his whole career. Maybe he's having a Cody Bellinger year. But yeah, there's a reason why he's third in the MVP voting. Let's get to some of the live lines here at halftime, though. 64-42. We've got the Pacers just dominating the Thunder right now at halftime. 12.5 is the spread. 215.5 is the total. So it's down 7 points from the close. Okay, that's fine. The only thing we got to worry about is the blowout situation.
I don't think, look, I don't want to be cocky here. Say, hey, look at me, Pacers. I would think that the Thunder have it in them to get to within close to double digits by the end of this game, to get it close to inside double digits by the end of it. I don't see a comeback here tonight, but, you mentioned it too, that already talking about that little respite that Halliburton had. Yeah, could he rest a few extra minutes here in the third and maybe get to his position in the fourth? I would think that I'm not. Hey, it's got to be at least 15 or 20 for me to feel even confident of putting him down on the bench with under 10 minutes to play against this Thunder team. Fathead was with you. Holden, he likes Oklahoma City in the third quarter.
Oh, yeah, I bet that, didn't I? -2.5. I want to see what SGA's points are in the third quarter too.
Okay, because he's 31.5 for the
30,
game.
I got a 30.5 here, and I don't mind that, but you got to wonder, like, does this team stay in it long enough for SGA to be on the floor? Personally, I think he just takes over. Like, he's going to take an ass load of shots and try to get to the free throw line. Try is the key word here, because he's only gotten a line 4 times tonight. Third quarter points, SGA. If you had to set the line, what would you set the line at?
8.5. Yeah. Guess it'd have to be. I mean, he's got 15 right now. You got to figure he's on the hook for 16.5 with that total, and got to give a little bit more in the third quarter. So that probably sounds about right.
Yeah, if you're going to bet that, I would take the third quarter points than the whole game total. And I really want to bet this third quarter thing, but maybe I'm just too much of a pussy to pull the trigger on this, Ramon. Let's see. Quarter props. Third quarter. I don't even see them offering this, which is the crazy part. Maybe it's under featured. Yeah, I'm not even seeing third quarter points, which is weird because you usually can get that. Maybe the live third. I don't see it, Ramon. Maybe somebody out there can see it, but I don't see third quarter points being offered at any of the books, which is odd because they usually have them. Interesting.
Final.
What went final?
No more minor league ball here. We really don't have much going here right now.
You betting on minor league baseball?
No, I just like to follow my Las Vegas Aviators here. Sometimes I'll play a little steam on a really slow night, but nothing that I'm going to ever give out or talk to anybody about. I did give out, though, a 0-0 as the first half in the USA-Saudi Arabia game. We are in extra time right now, so we've got to kill off another 2 or 3 minutes here, but it is 0-0 currently in that game. Gerardo chimes in the chat. He's got OKC third quarter -2.5 and -1. Looks like his.
That's what I took, Gerardo. That's what I'm on, buddy. Let's get that home. I just can't find third quarter points. And that's what I've been looking for. And I don't know why they're not offering it right now. Unless I'm just missing it. But every single book I'm going to, I'm not seeing it.
I'm checking some Vegas books here. Always got to go to the app on the Vegas books. I like doing my betting on a computer. Guess I could.
We can't bet on computers here. Mel, maybe you can. I can't bet on laptops here. I can only bet on my phone in Colorado.
Yeah, that's the way I got it here too. Offshore though, it was on the screen. Yeah.
I remember betting offshore. Yeah, I think they'd set it at 8. So no, I can't find the SGA points in the third, but I would think he's going to go nuts. OKC third quarter points, 29.5. Is my Halliburton MVP 90-1 still alive? I think that's a joke. SGA MVP is down to -200. Who would be the MVP right now if the Pacers won?
Well, I think, look, I mean, Hallie's having a very nice performance here, right? And he's still the leader of this team.
Siakam, he's averaging 20 points, 5.5 rebounds, or 7.5 rebounds and 4 assists. I think Siakam would have to be the guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he has 5.5 more points a game than Halliburton. He's got more rebounds. The only thing Halliburton's got is the assists. And he's got 2 steals a game, too. Wow.
System play.
Okay. And then there was a pre-series bet that our guy Sean Fox gave us. Most rebounds in the series Chet Holmgren, and Chester is leading the way there pretty heavily.
Final.
So
And I
that's
want to
that's
go
your
ahead.
cash.
I want to clear up something earlier. I said earlier I was reading the closed caption. I misread it. Rutschman was the one who fouled the ball off into the
Oh, who
Rays,
got hurt?
and a player I don't know who was struck there.
What's Siakam at, Mel? What's Siakam at for MVP of the series? I'd take him over Halliburton if I had to make a bet. Siakam and me, my guy. Tyrese wins game 7 winner in games. Game winner. There you go. There's your 90-1. He hits the game winner in game 7. He's the MVP.
The
that a
player
good
that
game?
was injured was Hunter Beige. Hunter Beige, the pitcher for Tampa Bay, was struck and he left bloody and in a neck brace.
Yeesh. Well, our boys Tampa Bay, they got 2nd and 3rd and just and 2 down. So maybe they can keep it in us here. Yeah, keep it with it. My guy Danny Johnson is up. Danny Johnson. Oh man, they got retired. That was it. All right, so they left 2nd and 3rd. Back into that parlay is a bitch right now. It's gonna be tough.
Underway in the second half. Braves
Oh.
beat the Mets 7-1. Give the Mets another loss there. Holden.
What is that? 6 in a row, right? Yeah, 6 in a row.
That one stayed under, by the way. And Strider, another good outing. Strider, last 2. Look, I think you put those first 5 starts. Just took a while to get on track.
Yeah.
It feels like there a little bit.
He's a stud. He's a total.
He is about a mile and a half, 2 miles off of his fastball right now, but might be a conscious effort like that. So good ball movement here by the Thunder to get it going, but then a brick by Dort.
Tell you, it was great today. I don't want to say it was great. It was kind of a Nolan Ryan line: 6 innings, 2 runs, 5 walks, 9 Ks for Skeens. He was. And again, then that's it. They lose again, right?
They lose again, Holden, for
just can't win for this guy.
And that's the tough part about this whole situation right now. So far this season with Skeens on the mound, I mean, none and his 1-loss record, notwithstanding 2, but basically just a 500 proposition, I think, with Skeens on the mound. In fact, it's below 500, right? They're 7-9 with Skeens on the mound this season.
Yeah, it's not good. Stop it with the trade talk, though. This is the one reason to watch the Pirates. They're not trading them. It'd be asinine.
Yeah.
Like, in order to do that, you would have to get, and the same thing with the Red Sox. These dumb, they're going to trade. I would need Duran and Abreu and a prospect and a starting pitcher from Paul Skeens. That's how long do I think he's going to be? I think you trade him probably a year and a half before his contract's up, unless they're good.
Right. And well, with Pittsburgh, all you could do is really strike lightning in a bottle with the way this organization is being run, right now. And hey, in baseball, it's always a possibility, I guess. But
no points yet in the 3rd quarter. We got 9:44 to play.
Yeah, just a lot of bricks right now. We're laying bricks here.
Yeah, that's not good. Not good basketball at this very second. And people complain, oh, the NBA is just a bunch of threes. When they're not hitting, it's just gross to watch. Really, this is gross.
Nemhard's going to the line here. I think this will do it for me if we can nail these free throws.
We're finally going to have some points.
Let me see what
Siakam 13.
I'm sorry. It was a foul on the floor. Sorry about that.
Halliburton's got a dozen. Nemhard has 10, 0-1. Siakam's got 13, 4-2. SGA's 15 points. Jalen Williams 16.
Thank you.
And that's the scoring tonight. They still haven't scored. 2.5 minutes with no points. 3 minutes with no points to start the half. I mean, Oklahoma City had to come out and cut into this deficit. This is, defensively, you give up 64 points and a half, so they're not playing defense. They weren't shooting. There's just a lot that they need to do. A lot they need to do. And what are the Thunder are 0-8 ATS on the road?
They won. No, they won. The last game they won, they actually got the money by a point or a half a point.
So what are they? They're 1-7, 1-8,
1-8, 1-8.
Good
so,
God!
It's been a rough stretch for sure in their road games. I mean, and again, I think they are a really awesome team, right? But again, when you're young, that's what you have to kind of get over the hump there in some of the road games. I think before you can really stake your claim to be, a great all-time great team or whatever. So, okay, Holden, I was able to bring a little winner home here with the first half, no score, exact score line, USA and Saudi Arabia.
Soccer.
Also, we've got an upset so far. Paris Saint-Germain, arguably the best team in the world right now. I don't know if you just judge by the the championships and what's going on, but they're losing to Botafogo here.
That's what I'm calling the third quarter. Botafogo. No points in the first almost 4 minutes of the second half. Good God.
Botafogo, a Brazilian soccer team, but it's a good word for what we've seen here in the second half here. We're 3.5 minutes in and no scoring.
It's a WNBA game right now. This is ugly. Ugly.
Yeah, speaking of which, we're underway. 7-2 Valkyries right now. Holden got the lead on the Fever here to start the game. 2.5 minutes in, and the Fever have 2 points.
We need 18 from Clark and 15 from who's her teammate that we bet. I don't even remember. I just tailed Foxy on that one.
Did he put it in the Discord?
Mitchell, maybe? I think it's a Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell?
That sounds totally legit, Mitchell.
Kelsey Mitchell? Okay, yeah. That's what we need 15 from her.
Hallie's got that bucket. That it does take it over that.
Hey, look at that.
That 13.
We hit the first number. Let's get the plus money, buddy.
All we're going to do from this point is keep racking them up. I only went as high as 18.5, though.
I only took the 15 at plus 136, but we definitely were contrarian on that one.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone was betting us under.
Cash from this point.
Everyone bet us under.
Probably would still need a few points to maybe really make it a true profit. The first bet was the biggest, of course, to make sure we got the money, but he's not going to get shut out from here, right?
No, I think we're good. We're good. So we cashed the first tally. That's good. OKC still hasn't scored 4 minutes into the second half. I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
We got a TV timeout, too.
24-point lead for the Pacers. They got a shot to win this in 7. They can't go to OKC and win, can they?
Well, everyone is kind of just, it's almost like by default, right? Oh, the Thunder cannot lose.
Right.
I'll let you know, they have lost a game at home to the Pacers in this series, by the way.
I know. I get it. But game 7.
Oh, and then don't forget, you're going to be, just in case you like betting point spreads, you're going to be getting a bushel full.
What are you going to get, 8.5?
More.
You think they more than 8.5? So we got to back the Pacers then, don't we?
Going to have to back the Pacers. I mean,
with the points, not on the money line.
So, to each his own.
You're going to bet the money line too. Okay.
I don't know. No, I don't give them words about that.
Ramon, just taking the ball bag out and just saying here.
It's here for the Fever, 7-6 here right now in the first quarter in front of a sellout crowd here in San Francisco.
Fathead cashed the bet. Good job, Fathead. Big Pacers fan.
Tim D there. He says that Miles Turner can't have a game probably like he's having tonight. Turner 1 point so far in the game. Yeah.
He's 0 for 8.
They don't need Turner here getting some great contributions. We already said Nembhard, Nesmith, guys I'm riding with here a little bit. Man, I wish everyone, I don't. You can't take too many of them, right? When you're kind of trying to ride an underdog. But
Yeah,
you guys, you were talking Obi Toppin, and he's having a nice
great call.
game too. Just 2 for 7, but 8 points and 4 boards. So pretty good. 8-7 now. Here, the Fever with the lead.
Yeah, I think that was. I don't remember who told us that they were on it, but that was a great call.
Now, I don't want
to.
We don't want to. I gave Skeens a loss there. They did take the lead here. They've resumed the game in the top of the 10th. Here, I do believe the game has been resumed right now, and the Pirates have scored a run here in the top of the 10th, 5-4. They do lead it over Detroit.
Oh, the Mets fans
Won't
are
be a
showing
win
up.
for him, but it could be a win for Pittsburgh. It was Brian Hayes with a base hit, driving in Tommy Pham. Who's a great guy to take to a strip club. He'll make sure you don't get in, trouble.
Was it Tommy Pham's dad that was in the? I think it was Tommy. His dad was in the Cocaine Cowboys. You remember the Cocaine Cowboys? Yeah. So JP Arancibia, I don't know if you remember, he was a catcher for a while in the bigs. I used to work with him, and he's like, dude, Tommy Pham has a wild, wild story. I'm like, what is it? So Tommy, do you know about the Cocaine Cowboys?
Well, I know the movie, but
I don't know. This guy was in the movie. Tommy Pham's dad was a cocaine runner, big time cocaine runner back in the 80s in Miami.
Oh,
Tommy hasn't known his dad. His dad was in prison he just grew up without a dad, and his dad was in prison. So there you go. Fathead now just doubling down, saying blowout, like I said in the second quarter. Come on, man. Come on. This is bad, though. This is an awful performance by OKC, but we've seen this from them before. They just lay down in a game, and then they come back and they blow the top off everything. Game 7 is going to be fun, though, but they still haven't scored. They still haven't scored in the quarter.
That is really a disgrace.
It's a 28-point lead. They haven't scored in the first 5 minutes of the quarter. That -2.5 in the third's dead. We're not even going to be on for the full game. That's what it is. Once they start pulling starters, we're out. This is brutal.
28-point lead. Is it another timeout here?
I don't know. They should just call a timeout and go home. If you're going to play like this. 1 of 16 from behind the arc for OKC. 1 of 16 and 17 of 46 total from the field. Oh, boy.
Yeah, Williams 0 for 4 from 3. SGA has only taken 1 3. Well, that one just now was a brick. Was that his second attempt there as well? So
yeah, good thing we bet plus money bets on the show, because I would definitely be down if that didn't happen. If we didn't hit these plus money bets.
There's also a little good chance. I don't know. I would say maybe for Hallie before he leaves the game, right?
Yeah.
He could be in there and with a big lead like this, the play could get a little bit looser eventually, right? You can only play suffocating defense, I would think, for so long before you realize maybe you've won a game here. Hey, Montreal 23-6, another touchdown. Holden on pretty good there, laying that touchdown on the road here against Edmonton. 24-6 here with 2 minutes to go in the first half.
You don't have kids, do you, Ramon?
No.
Alouette.
I think I'd be a great dad, though.
So, yeah, you probably would be. You could teach your kid how to, once he turns 18 or 21, you'll be like 90 by then, but teach your kid how to bet.
Well, my dad was 61 when I was born, so I've got a few years left.
Really? Your dad was 61? How long did he live?
To 78.
Okay. That's 61. Good for your dad.
Yeah, my mom was 21.
That's beautiful. Whoa, hold on. What? Oh, you told me this story. She was a waitress or something?
No, she was in the car business, so she was the car salesperson.
So your dad was 61 and she was 21. Your mom's still alive?
No.
Man.
But I was a mama's boy for sure, because it was not exactly a formal arrangement, right? I guess I could say that honestly on the air, but the way, it's funny. I'm kind of I guess like just anybody, right? I'm kind of representative of my dad was a Navy man who eventually became a handicapper, handicapping the dogs. That's where I went, got my gambling chops on in Tijuana, Mexico, going to the dog races almost every night.
All right. So Fathead took McConnell over 24.5 PRA.
That's great. I'd love that. Obviously,
that?
I remember I'm on 18.5 as my play there with McConnell. And right now he's at 16 on that PRA.
Where is that bet? Because FanDuel shut it down. Let's see if DK has it. PRA McConnell 25 minus 150. Ugh. What's he got, Ramon?
8, 5, and 3.
So 16. I'm not laying that juice. Might be a good bet though, but I can't lay that juice.
We're underway in the second half with Saudi Arabia and the United States. Remember, I said exact score line here: 1-0 U.S. Will be the final. Was my prediction here. I wouldn't be surprised though if we could get another 0-0 the way this thing's looking.
OKC scored. It only took them 5 minutes and 18 seconds. Into the third quarter, they finally scored. They're only down 26 now.
In fact, you mentioned it. There was 1:46 left in the first half when they scored their last point before that.
Oh, so it's been like almost 6 minutes between points. How is that possible? That's amazing. You got me on the Rays Phillies parlay at plus 217. The Phillies got it home, but the Rays have runners on the corners in the bottom of the 8th. So
yeah, it's okay. Pittsburgh took a 6-4 lead here now over Detroit. They're still batting top of the 10th, bases loaded. And for the Rays right now, it's 1 out, and maybe they can get 1 or 2 home here. Hey, just channel some of that energy from last night. I wish I could read those stats to you, Holden. I don't have a list of them, but it was one of those deals that no team had been down 8-0 in all these years. Yeah. It's exactly 8-0. We're not talking about it could have been 9 or whatever, but I think it was 161 straight games. No team had been 50 years to come back. I'll tell you, if I may, about my mom. Real quick, a story. So mom would take her boy to the games, right, Holden? Mom and son, and maybe mom liked to go to the beer stand a little bit. And well, one night we were playing the Pirates. The Padres playing the Pirates. They were down 8-0, and mom had found her way to the sitting in the middle of the aisle where the people walk up. Don't leave. Don't, mom, please. Don't
Your
leave.
mom telling people not to leave?
Padres had the greatest comeback at the time in team history, which had since been beat, but they referred to it. They said, the Padres one time trailed the Pirates 8-0, scored 9 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning. And you bet believe my mom. Don't leave. They, back then they didn't close the beer line in the 7th inning.
That's amazing. That's a great story. Mom getting tanked, sitting in the middle. Absolutely.
They weren't very good in those days. They were, back then, they weren't winning 70 games for years.
What year is this?
Oh, gosh, it had to be 1975. I want to say
1974. So you were a little guy.
I didn't know that my mom, I just thought my mom was sitting in the aisle drinking. I didn't know that what even being, too toasty meant back then, right? I didn't know. She was just talking to people walking up the aisle. I was 6 and 7 years. One of the first memories I had was that in my life. It was right at that age, when you're about 6, 7 years old, where you just start to remember things that you did.
Great memory. What a great memory. Love it.
Well, I didn't remember all the shitty losses, but I remember that game.
Yeah, you do. I left one of the biggest comebacks in the history of baseball. I think the Red Sox were up on the Marlins like 11-0 or something like that. And I left. And all of a sudden, my dad, I get home, he's like, dude, what? I think the Red Sox were up that much. He's like, the Marlins came back. I said, you got to be kidding me. And they did. Whoa. And that was a good Red Sox team too. Maybe like 2003. They just blew it. Grady Little and the Red Sox. That's 2 nights in a row I've given you a Grady Little reference. Sorry, Red Sox fans. Apologize for that. Well, this NBA game just isn't going anywhere. 25-point lead for the Pacers, 5.5 to play in the third. It was a 22-point halftime lead. So in order to cover this 2.5 for OKC, they need to get going.
Let's give a chance here before you cut us off. But hey, in Indiana, 21-12, they're looking good here early on against Golden State. Almost into the first quarter here. Fever up by 9. They've really gone on a big run here. They were down, remember, 11-2, I think I said. And I think it's about a 19-1 run here all of a sudden for Indiana. And end of the first half here right now, and Indiana leads by 9.
Tim saying you remember Josh Beckett. I remember Beckett, Burnett, Levon Hernandez. They had some good, and the D train, Dontro. They had some really good pitching. They did. They had 2 great teams and a whole bunch of bad teams. Whole bunch of bad teams. Going to a game in Miami in that new place like a morgue, because no one's in there. You can just hear people talking in the background. Yeah, Marlins won the World Series. That was a great. What was that? That was 1997. What was the second one?
No, the Cleveland when they beat Cleveland.
Yeah, and then 2002 when they beat the Yankees.
Okay.
What year did they beat the Yankees? 2002.
You have to look it up.
It might actually be 2003 because that's when the Yankees beat the Red Sox. So that was 2003. That was the year the Red Sox blew that big lead to the Marlins. Yeah.
I remember, this is a weird remembrance, but I remember listening to the first game of the Marlins' existence on the radio driving around. I think I was doing a delivery route. Couldn't have been. There's some pushing and shoving right here, and Hartenstein's on the ground. But just remember Vin Scully talking about the expansion team, and they're playing the Dodgers. That's what I was listening. Getting the Vin Scully radio broadcast, of course, driving around.
I remember the expansion draft. I was in bowling class in college, and the Rockies and the Marlins got to pick their players. It was a big deal on ESPN back then.
What'd you learn in bowling class?
I learned how to bowl a 197, and I never got close again.
Was that your average?
My average. That was my best. You think you'd go to the bar around the corner, the wheel, right? You're 18 years old. You go to the wheel. You have 5 or 6 beers. You're completely tanked. You go into bowling class and you bowl. It was great. Best class I ever taken. Well, mythology class was better. But besides for that, bowling was my best class. Very fun. Very, very fun. All right, just to update you, the game is a bad game, but we're now even in the third quarter. It's 73-51, so each team has scored the same amount of points. 5:25 to play, third quarter. We need Halliburton to get us a point here to get us 15. We need, but we got us over 12.5. McConnell's at 8. SGA's at 18. What is SGA's live number? SGA's live number for points.
I mean, you got to think that. I mean, can the
25? He can't score 7 points the rest of this game.
Because you're going to try to leave, the Thunder. I mean, when would they, call it off and say, I'm not saying it's 23 right now. There's 5:25 left. You got to think that there's a little bit of something left in these Thunder here. You want to finish strong too. You don't want to go into Game 7 thinking you just totally got blowed out.
What do you think about taking a shot on SGA to score 24 points at -25?
No,
6
I'm okay.
points?
Well, Williams is doing an okay job too, but it doesn't feel like anybody else is doing anything right now.
I'm going to take it. SGA over 24.5 points. He needs 6 points.
Their third leading scorer is Hartenstein.
All right. SGA to get 25 points -106.
Holmgren just 4 points in this game.
Yeah. How many blocks does Holmgren have? He has none. So everybody I was thinking he was going to go out and have a big game.
He has gone to the bench again here.
Yep.
A little bit. So you almost got to root a little bit for a Thunder surge here, so might as well take a little SGA here. And
24.5 minus 109 at FanDuel. Actually, it just moved. I got a bad number. Now it's plus 102.
8-0 run for the Thunder.
Yeah. Hopefully they could still cover that 2.5 in the third. And that'll lock in a winning night. Because the Hallie's cashing. The OKC money line bets are dead.
Mm-hmm.
Third quarter in SGA, and that's really all it is. That SGA bet's probably gonna be the last bet I have of the night.
We're underway in those late baseball games too. Holden, the bottom of the first. Houston and Athletics, Padres and Dodgers.
3-ball from the Pacers or from the Thunder. They're down by 19. We're covering the third quarter, Gerardo. We're covering. Who'd have thunk it? God, if they can win the third quarter, that'd just be great. I wouldn't give a damn what happens in the rest. I wouldn't even care if SGA ended up screwing it. Live bet team total USA over 0.5 plus 104. Thoughts?
Oh, well, I did call for a 1-0 final for the USA, so I guess I'd be in favor of that, right?
I don't bet soccer, so they can have a 0-0 tie in this, right?
They could in this one. Yeah, we're not at any stage where we're playing, a knockout or anything like that. So
Toronto's really good at soccer.
Oh yeah, he's one of our guys. Does a great job for us in the chat with great plays all the time, not just soccer.
I don't even see this game on DraftKings. Where do you find it?
Oh, I might have some. I gotta check something out here.
What?
Oh, I'll tell you in a moment here. It's not a big. It's a big deal in my life, so I don't know if it's a.
You gotta look at USA Soccer here. Let's see what we got. Gerardo's won me money.
Oh, I've only now seen this. The news is 8 hours. 8 hours old, but it's one of the top recruits from the area that I cover, high school. One of the top recruits in the history of the area where I grew up made his commitment today. He is a 5-star. He's one of the fastest players in the country right now as a high schooler. Number one quarterback, cornerback in the 26 class, and he's committed. Brandon Arrington of Mount Miguel High School of San Diego is committed to Texas A&M today, choosing the Aggies over Oregon.
I'm in, Gerardo. I'm in with you on USA Soccer. SGA takes a seat with 21 points. They're not going to sit him the rest of the game. He'll come back in for a few minutes unless it gets to like 30. There's no way SGA sits the fourth quarter, the whole fourth quarter. No way. No way. And right now it's a 21-point game. So, this minus 2.5 third quarter is going to be a good sweat. Really good sweat. Yeah, Gerardo, unofficial part of the team, doesn't want to come on the show, though. Hey, Pittsburgh's going to beat Detroit.
Gerardo's not make on-screen appearances, so we just
no, he won't. But Pittsburgh leads Detroit 8-4 in the 10th, and that means the Pirates are going to win a game that Skeen started.
Yeah, and the Rays couldn't get anything together in that rally, unfortunately.
Your Padres put a run up on the board on a Xander Bogaerts home run.
You mentioned your affinity for my Uncle Teddy. He officially did retire following the conclusion of the basketball season from sportscasting in general. Now, he was still doing San Diego State basketball play-by-play, but his glaucoma has just gotten too much. And
that's a great job. The San Diego State job?
Yeah, he was doing both football and basketball, but he moved. Football became a little bit too hard, but basketball was closer. But it's just too much now. This was his last season, just this past season.
All right, 80-57. So we're not looking good in the third quarter right now. Man. They got to bring SGA back in. And they did. That was him, right?
Sorry, brother, again.
Yeah, SGA's in there.
I was retweeting the news of my guy. I didn't know it was committing here today.
We got no score. Houston and the A's in the second. Time to panic.
Hey, Padres got a run. Top
I
of
just
the
said that.
yeah. You did say it.
Xander Bogaerts.
Thank you. All right.
Come on. And I did it just for you.
Yeah. Well, there's he has been the big problem with this offense right now, and people are even like, let's. You don't send a guy like this down to the minors, right? But let's send him down to work on his hitting. He looks lost out there, but he was the one that had the big hit yesterday, even though they end up blowing the game in the bottom of the ninth inning. And for him to start to get off a little bit is a little bit of hope for the team right now. So, because they have been broken here for a week or two, and I've been really down on things with my Padres.
Oh, Padres. Oh, now SGA's on the bench. Oof. They got to get this under 20 so he plays again. Even if they're down 25, doesn't he play a little bit in the fourth, 3-4 minutes? Give him a shot just to make a run since so many crazy things have happened in the playoffs. I think they do. It's -2.5. It's not looking good now, Gerardo. They're down by 24. That means we need Tal scoring by 5 points in the last 2 minutes. 81-57. This is about as bad a performance as you can put up in an NBA Finals game. And you think OKC's still going to be 9.5-point favorites?
At least, yeah, at least.
In game 7. Cholo's in the house. What up, Cholo? Okay, tailing money line plus 135. Money line on what? Clark 0 for 5 halfway through the second quarter. Well, that's not good. That's not good. Betting's not easy. I mean, Clark came out that last game and just went bananas. Now she can't hit a shot to save her life, huh, Jason? $81.57. Toast. The Thunder are toast. And here comes SGA. They're bringing him back in after a 2-minute blow. So they really might say here, okay, you get it done now or we're just not, you're not going to play much. He needs to get that 24.
Yeah, if anything, we need a little bit of surge here from the Thunder to keep it in there.
Yeah, they're down 27, unfortunately. And it's not looking good. We'll hang out for a little bit in the fourth quarter then.
2 for 18, Holden.
What is it?
2 for 18 from 3 for the Thunder. I see there.
No, they've gotten better in the second half then. Good for them. Waiting on USA Soccer to score a goal now.
And in fact, they have. They did get the goal here just now. Goal!
Let's go, Gerardo! Winning me more money. Go, Gerardo! My man. My man Gerardo winning again.
USA.
Thank you, Gerardo. Now we got to get this 2.5 home, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's too late. It's 27 points. It's done.
Beautiful piece here of Richards with the what a masterful goal.
Hey, it's 30 points at the end of 3. Does SG even bother coming back in?
Well, you got to give it one last shot.
I think you do, but 30 points, oof, it's gross. All right, I'll be back in a second, buddy. I got to go talk to
keep everybody entertained with my goal calls here. They're throwing beer in the stands. USA with the goal. A great set piece there, right, guys? You guys saw the goal, didn't you, there with Richards? Feels like he's our hope right now with this team, huh? And can you believe the Pacers hitting that three-pointer at the buzzer there? It's almost the exclamation point, the way that thing came in there from downtown, man. How can, amazing. You know, they just threw it up there basically. Yeah, it was a set shot, you know, from about 26 feet from Shepard there. So, you know, when Shepard's burying these threes like that, Pacers 30-point lead here at the end of 3. I think they might, are they reviewing this goal though, you guys, DB Gnarly and Gerardo? I keep seeing them show it again and again. And, you know, if you do look at it, yeah, you know, the ball is kicked. It looks like the players are onside when the ball is touched. But then when you look at the ball traveling, I haven't seen like the, you know, the electronic equipment here necessary, and electronics kind of showing, but right now we are in a delay. The clock is ticking. The referee's holding the ball. We're waiting for the official goal ruling here, I think, right now, unless you guys tell me something different, but it looked like a wonderful goal, didn't it? Tim D, Rick Carlisle's a winner, right? I mean, this guy, look, if anything, I'd almost say there is a pretty good coaching edge here for Indiana with Rick Carlisle over DGAF, Tim DGAF. I hope I got that acronym right. I'm a little, Golden State here trailing by 6. The Valkyries trail Indiana here with 4 minutes to go in the first half. Indiana doing a pretty good job, but Valkyries hanging in there. Also at halftime, Montreal 24, Edmonton 6. So I think I'm bringing home a few winners here myself today. Anybody follows me on some of those other shows, right? We were on Montreal here to cover today, to win and cover. And I did go with the under as well. That one might be a little bit close here right now with the score at 24-6 at halftime. I mean, it's going over right now for sure. Davis Alexander's looked pretty good for Montreal so far. And, I got a yellow card coming out here in the, is it on the bench?
Final.
Yellow card here in the game. Pittsburgh did beat Detroit 8-4 with those 4 runs at the top of the 9th inning. So yeah, Pittsburgh with Skeens did get the win there in that one. So let's take a look there. Pittsburgh led 4-0 or 4-2 at the end of 5. And wins the game with 4 runs in the top of the 10th inning. So, if Holden, if we end up checking out early, I'm sure nobody's going to sweat it too much. If the Pacers continue to throttle them like this, that's crazy. We're getting another one of those NBA play. These are supposed to be the best teams in the world, right? Going up against one. You don't expect a team to win by 30. Would you guys say? We've seen out of the blowouts, right, in the playoffs, almost a higher percentage of blowouts in the playoffs than maybe we even get in the regular season to a certain extent. Now, the motivations are greater, so maybe that's why it happens like that. When a team gets down, they maybe just wilt a little bit. There are blowouts in the regular season. I get that, but some of these have been 30-point games here, just like this one here now. So let's see who is in the game as we start the third quarter, right? That's kind of a big deal here to see, because see the Thunder in there with a little bit of a secondary lineup for sure. McConnell spins, hits a turnaround to keep the lead at 32 here right now. But the Thunder definitely have a unit in to try to get some momentum going, it feels like. But there's another missed field goal here currently. And the lead is 30 still. So they'd have to really go on any kind of run here just to get it to within 20 or less. And you got to do it quickly here right now. So thank everybody for joining us here on the Nuke the House channel tonight.
30 points, and they have unloaded the bench for the Thunder.
Yeah, a little bit of a unit here. Look, I mean, it's not necessarily, I know what you're saying. I mean, if somehow this unit could put something together, they could bring these starters back in, but you're going to need a little bit of a surge here when you got the other Williams in there right now in this group, and you still have McConnell. How about that? 10 points there now, 6 assists for McConnell. His numbers here looking pretty sharp, 10, 8, and 6. I think we went well over that 18.5 PRA tonight. So Pacers aren't quite done. They've got some of the guys still in there, obviously.
All right, so the third quarter bet dies. The OKC money line sprinkles die. SGA 25 die. We get the Halliburton home on 13 plus. We get 15 plus a plus 136. Has he gotten that point yet? He has not scored. So we hit the 13 plus, but not the 15 plus yet. Wow. We might not see much Halliburton either.
Yamamoto.
Lots in the NBA can just completely fuck you from a betting side.
Holden Yamamoto just almost had an immaculate inning, but the umpire screwed him.
Oh, shocker. An umpire screwing. Robot umps. Let's go.
Robot umps yesterday.
I have a prediction that we're going to, before we die, there will be robot sports leagues. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, have you ever watched? You're gonna make jokes about me here. Have you ever watched the camel races from the Middle East where the jockeys are robots and the men ride in station wagons next to the race, controlling the whip of the? I just looked at the screen now.
Thank you, OKC, for getting blown up by 30 and me having to listen to that story. Chunk of our lives we're never getting back, Ramon. You watch it? What channel is that on?
Well, let's just say I don't watch that. I just know that it is something that exists. Okay, I've seen it here. I'm going to make you look at it here, probably because of this 30 point. We're going to kick us off the air here, probably in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not watching this garbage anymore. It's down to 28. So they get it to what, 22? Maybe SGA comes back in and I can stick around and see if he can score 4 points. But outside of that, no. This is a debacle. 93-65, 2 minutes into the second half. All the stiffs are in for the Thunder. I mean, why are the Pacers calling a timeout up 28? What are we doing? Is Rick Carlisle just trying to?
Maybe it is time to get the rest of the group.
I think he's pissed. I think he's pissed that he allowed a 3. That's what I think. Hey, you got me on the over 10 in the A's and the Astros. We've got a Larry Butler home run. So Larry Butler, Lawrence Butler, leadoff hitter, and then Willie McIver also goes deep. So the A's are up 2-0 right now. It'd be nice to see the Astros get going again tonight. Lawrence Butler. Big fan over here. I did not watch Robot Wars. I did not. My sense is that robots were just created and they beat each other up. Is that what was going on? AI is going to be pissed about that. They're going to come back and hurt the creators of that show. You guys better be nice to AI. I say thank you every time after we do it, dude. After I type in on AI, I say thank you.
I've embarrassingly engaged in long, drawn-out conversations with the AIs. They're almost questioning them sometimes, because I'll go into a little bit of a diatribe with the AI and say, when you make a prediction, AI, are you just relying on a culmination of opinions of people on social media and the internet, or are you just taking the favorite every time?
This is what they say to you?
That's what I say to them.
Oh, and then what do they say? We can't give you gambling advice.
No, they come back and say it. They come back and say, no, the AI tries to weigh all the parameters and all the factors. I'm trying to find my robot jockeys here to really piss you off.
Robot jockeys.
Yeah. So this is the camels race, right? And they have the robot jockeys on top, and the cars drive next to them and control. See the cars there driving next to them. They are controlling the jockeys that are on top of the camels, and the jockeys are just basically robots.
What a horrible place to live. It looked awful there. Disgusting. And again, thanks to OKC for not showing up. This is what we have to talk about. What's going on at the WNBA game, pal?
No, 39-35. We got a good game here. 40 seconds to go in the first half. Right now, pretty good game for sure. Veronica Burton here at the line for goal.
Clark has 2 points.
Hey, they've done a great job, and only 74 points here in the first half. The total in the game was 164 in this one. So we're down to the final 30 seconds of the first half here right now.
I feel like if you had unders on Caitlin Clark tonight, you're going to get rich.
2 points so far, as you mentioned, for Clark. Aaliyah Boston, 10 points. Howard with 8. Mitchell with 7. Cunningham with 6. But Golden State, Thornton leads with Bibby with 8 points for Golden State. Also, Lete, real good-looking up-and-coming player, good-looking basketball-wise, you know what I'm saying? And so I'll get to watch the Padre game when we sign off and see if they can do something here.
I mean, I'm thinking we give it another couple minutes of game time.
Oh, yeah, maybe we can see some scoring here by some individuals kind of get us going too a little bit.
I just don't think we see SGA again. I think it's done. There's no reason to bring them back in this game. And there's really no reason for Halliburton to come back in this game either. Like, it's done. Like, Halliburton went goose egg in the second half, fine.
Okay, well, there's 9:26 left. I mean, I would imagine if they could get it within 20 points here by 6 minutes to go, you'd bring back the starters for another go at it.
Yeah, but I mean,
but McConnell's on fire. He just hit another one. Look at Fathead talking about it in the chat. He's going for a plus 250. He says there, Holden.
AJ Mitchell, Aaron Wiggins, Kenrich Williams. These are the guys on the floor for OKC right now. Mm-hmm. So if they come back and make it a 20-point game, maybe you just leave the backups in there because at this point, this is a mess. But they have gotten better, OKC, behind the arc. They're 4 of 23 now. After starting out 1 for 16. So that's a little bit better. How did USA Soccer end up doing? Did they win yet?
It's 1-0. Got about 13 minutes to go in regulation time, and then there'll be some extra. Could I get both the first half exactly and the game score?
That'd be awesome.
In this game here. Sean, if he's watching, he'd be proud of me if it happens with 1-0 right now.
Fathead's cleaning up, by the way. Fathead is just cleaning up. McConnell goes. So Sunday night, we'll have game 7. Game 7 should be fun. Should be a fun one. But you're saying it's going to be at least 9.5.
I definitely think it will. I mean, look at, you look at what we've had so far. I think that the overall, now here's just a little, another bucket by Indy. Just when Oklahoma City gets anything going at all, Indiana has the answer. That's been what's been crazy about it, right?
Yep. 95-68. Smash the like button if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook or X, good evening. Nuke the House Sports Betting. Come on over to our YouTube channel. Just take a second. Nuke the House on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. You get all our stuff. For NASCAR fans, Keg has got the pod dropping a little bit after the show ends. So Keg is back. We caught up with him earlier tonight. It was great to see him. And here we go. I mean, this is remarkable what the Pacers have done tonight. 28-point lead. That's it. Just Halliburton could take a nap. SGA can take a nap. All the starters, none of them are coming back in for OKC with 7 to play. None of them. All right, you got any bets that you're looking at for tomorrow yet? Ramon?
No, I hear you. I do have the card out right now, and yeah, I do have a couple that I've already released here. Let me see if I can get these for you here, Holden.
By the way, I just saw the replay of the Yamamoto strike that would have given an immaculate inning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was belt high down the middle of the plate. What were we doing? How do you miss that? How do you miss that? The Mets fans are freaking out. Big deal, guys. You lost 6 games. It's a 162 game season. You're going to play bad baseball sometimes. People get freak out about baseball fans that just freak out in the middle of the season on a losing streak. It drives me nuts. I mean, come on.
Let me give you a couple of interesting games to hear tomorrow. You know, we're going to get part 2 of Jacob Mizorowski. Now, he is going to be on the road against Joe Ryan. That's going to sound like a pretty good game, right, Holden?
Yeah.
Ryan will be at home in that one. Mizorowski makes his second start. You know, they flip-flopped today. It would have been Mizorowski's day, but they, flipped. Probably just because if you saw when he was throwing that no-hitter, he left the game. Remember, he has never given up a hit in his major league career. But he turned his ankle like a newborn giraffe trying to walk back to the mound, and you had to pull him out right there, even with a no-hitter in the 6th inning or whatever it was. So he'll resume his no-hit career against Minnesota. But let me see one on the road. I'm going to take Minnesota over Milwaukee and Mizorowski. Tomorrow. Look, they're $1. I didn't realize they'd be this high. They're $1.60 or so. So actually, Mizorowski's a dog. If you kind of want to take him there, maybe I paid too high of a price here, but I ended up on Minnesota already there. Ryan did go 7 innings. His last start looked pretty good. Houston and LA, you got Brown up against Kikuchi. I know everybody makes fun of Kikuchi. I don't know why. Kikuchi's solid every time right now he goes out there. So I like the under in this one. We don't have the line out yet with this one with Houston and LA, but you got to be thinking we're looking at 7.5 probably in that one at LA. So probably juice to the under even in that one. You know, Brown against the expected Angels lineup. The starters that I'm expecting are 4 for 33 in their career against Hunter Brown. And we know how awesome he's been. He also threw 6 innings, allowed 2 runs, 2 hits and no runs and a win last year versus the Angels. Also, Boston and San Francisco. I'm going to take the under. Dobbins against Birdsong. You know what Birdsong gives you here. A few innings with San Francisco's got an ERA under 3 right now. San Francisco 13-22 to the under so far this season. We know the Giants, they allowed just 3.7 runs per game and have the best bullpen in the majors here currently. And for Dobbins, look, he doesn't walk very many guys. San Francisco's offense really is not doing that much. They're obviously hanging in the race here right now with the Dodgers ahead of my Padres. So give me the under in that one. So under with Boston, San Francisco, under with Houston and the Angels, and I'll take Minnesota. They're minus $1.60, but I didn't realize I'm supposed to be an expert, but I didn't think it was. Maybe I was giving too much respect for Mizorowski that it would be closer, maybe $1.35 or 40, but it ended up being a little bit higher than that.
All right, they're pulling the starters for the Pacers. It's a 27-point game with 6 minutes to play. Ramon, great working with you, pal. And I'll see you next week too, right? Wednesday, Thursday?
Yeah. We'll have to figure out what we'll be working on some other sports again at that day.
We'll be doing baseball. I think it'll be shorter shows, but we'll have WNBA. We'll have soccer.
Early games for, the early East Coast games for sure on those days. And who knows what we'll have on Thursday, maybe some afternoon games will be winding up from the West Coast too, or something like that. So we'll stay on if there's some competitive games. I really appreciate it. It was great seeing Keg tonight, also here tonight. So really appreciate it.
Yeah, I had a good time. Ramon. Fathead, congratulations. Congratulations to everybody that backed the Pacers tonight. We'll see what happens in game number 7 on Sunday night.
they got a few wins on this game for sure.
Yeah, you had a nice night too. All right, Ramon, good to see you, pal. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Bye, everyone.